Hello, it's me, Ariza Gaming. I'm back. It's Monday, the day where my schedule is changing, so I'm now starting the weekend on Monday instead of a Wednesday. This should be a permanent change. We'll see how it goes. Hope you're doing well. Gentlemen, please. We're back for some more Oxygen Not Included. What are we going to do today? Well, we just finished building 3 metal volcano tamers. We did a little bit of catch-up streaming at the weekend, and we built 2 copper volcano tamers and an iron volcano tamer. And it's all the same design. We've just used the conveyor meter sort of approach. The copper volcanoes have already been erupting, so that's good. They're all working properly. The metal is going out in portions equivalent to the flow rate of the volcano. Or the eruption average. No, the total average. Yeah, the total average is coming out on this conveyor. So this will be constant for the rest of the game. Coming out of here. And there's a couple of things to do. Maybe I should put a door here. That would probably be a good idea. It can be made of anything. I don't mind if it breaks. Just to restrict people from going in and out of the rooms. That'd be a good detail to put in. But yeah, we've got the metal volcanoes sorted out. We have dug out a large portion of the asteroid. What I want to do today, I want to build something to look after the aluminium volcano. We've kind of covered this with a little bit too much salt water now. So I'm going to drain some more of this. Probably just going to dig a little tunnel down here for now. Then I think what we're actually going to do... We're currently storing some extra lettuces in here. We kind of overproduced lettuce just a little bit. We're gonna drain all the salt water and boil it with the aluminium volcano. We're also feeding some of it to water weeds, but frankly, we do not need this many water weeds. We have a vast amount of fertilizer. So, just from the printing pod, just very normal stuff. So, we've got food now.
Hello there.
The main issue... Hello, Uglivisk. Hope you're doing well. The main issue with the water weeds is they grow relatively slowly. Even fertilizers every 6 cycles. And they're each worth a lot of calories. Each lettuce is worth 4,800 calories. So the issue with that is it's quite easy for the food to go off if it's not being eaten compared to other food sources. But that's fine. At the end of the day, the salt water is renewable. The bleach stone is not that renewable, but we've got the whole ocean biome, so we've got over 10 tons of it stored up. Each plant consumes 500 grams per cycle. That's a ton every 2,000 cycles. And we've got 36 plants, so we've got hundreds of cycles worth of bleach stone for these water weeds. Not that I really want to waste it, but we'll eventually be able to make more anyways. I did do a little bit of maths. We have some saltwater vents over here. I was umming and ahhing about which one of these would be bleach stone positive if we geotuned it. This one's flowing at 7.5 kilograms per second when it erupts. And this one is 11.6. I thought this one might have been positive, but no. I checked the YouTube video. It's not. It has to be like 17.6 kilograms per second or higher eruption flow rate to actually be bleach stone positive, because it's literally only 7% salt. Like, if we look at this. Yeah, it's literally 7% salt compared to 30% from the brine. Like, if we look at this, yeah, that's 30%. It makes a gigantic difference. So we probably won't be geotuning these. We probably will just be boiling them on something else, unless we can find a chlorine vent or some other puffed source of things. But yeah, not a major issue at the moment. So today, I want to clear out the salt water. It's quite tempting to try and squeeze it into an Escher fountain somewhere, but I also don't think that's my style. This is relatively cool salt water because it's just what generated on the map. So what we're actually going to do, probably not the best idea in the world, but we're going to do it anyways. I'm going to remove this space heater here. It's a good spot for a space heater, but we're doing something else with this suspiciously empty wedge of material. I'm going to remove the fire pole from here. We're going to put the space heater here. And then we're going to actually seal this up, and this is going to be the saltwater tank. And it's going to be directly underneath the volcano. Because look, we've already got all this abyss light here. We've got more abyss light here. We can preserve the frozen biome pretty easily. Have a little bit down here where we actually pump it out. So that's what we're going to do. And we'll make this out of granite, primarily because it's more pressure resistant than anything else. And because it matches what we've got over here. The ever important aesthetic reason. So I'm going to put all this in here. We're going to build underneath here. I'm going to tile it up to here as well. And then, in terms of actually getting in here, I think we'll just put the ladder going down here. We don't want anyone going down here without Atmo suits. What I'll do at the moment is I'll open this bit up. And then I'll get them to build a ladder here. Now, what are the odds that someone traps themselves in here? Pretty likely, right? I'm going to open this one too to make sure nobody does it. Yeah. So let's just ladder down here. Yeah, that seems good. The dupe should get on that fairly quickly. The door is obviously overheating. That's by design, so we'll disable that. But yeah, it's a Monday. Hope you guys are doing well. That's the very first thing we're going to do. We're going to pour all the salt water in there. Well, maybe not all the salt water. What I would like to do... Do I want this to be self-cooled? I don't know. I think I'm going to stick 3 turbines on this one for just in case we geotune it. Because... I don't know. I feel like I want to make a bigger room for this. We've got plenty of room over here. We're going to be boiling a lot of stuff in here. This is the room we're going to boil everything in. Maybe we make it 20 tiles. What I'll do is... I'm going to tile this whole bit here so we don't accidentally screw anything up. And then I'm going to put a floor in. I'm going to put a liquid lock in. Gold amalgam? I do like gold amalgam. We'll take some of that. Not like we're doing Mammoths today. Just close this message. But yeah, we've got to get all this stuff out of here if we're actually going to put the base up here. And that's really the only thing holding us back at the moment is all this salt water. I can get you to dig all of this sand as well. That's fine. Right, let's just speed up. We're fine now. Why are frames so bad? Have we reached a point where we've just built a critical mass of things? Oh, look, you have succeeded in sealing yourself in here. That's very funny. Well, if I yellow alert this and this... Okay. Maybe not that one then. No! Just this one, that'll do. The dupes were fairly bored anyways. They should get this all built pretty quickly. Let's priority 9 this bit down here. And the ladder. You do have air over here, don't you? Yes, that's good. Yeah, we'll be fine. I'm streaming a bit earlier tonight because we, again, IRL reasons, being very annoying. But I'm gonna try and stream every day this week, just so that we've got enough VODs to keep people occupied while we're while we're in Scotland on holiday. At least I actually have a plan today. Okay, you know what? I think that will actually do. I don't think we need all of that. Who's doing this one then? Nails? You really went as far as you possibly could to grab some sandstone, didn't you? Right, so let's think about this. The liquid locks. So... where am I going to put it? I guess I'm just going to put it here for now. That doesn't need to be there. Hold on. Cancel this. That should be what we're looking for. This door is a little bit high up. That's fine. Again, I don't think this tank will be permanent because we're not going to have all this salt water forever. But we might as well put it here. And I think this is about the right volume. I think...
Thanks for the sub.
Google this.
Erasure 2 Crabby, Erasure 2 Jam, Erasure 2 Rave, Erasure 2 Froggy, Erasure 2 Frog, Erasure 2 Fish, Erasure 2 Excited.
I am excited. That's very good. Oh no, our friend peed. Our friend peed in the bit here. Where's the pee? Show me. They peed on here. That's fine. You may as well sweep that out before it causes any problems. Thank you very much for the resubscription. 27 months. That's 3 whole babies. Congratulations. We're pushing out a little bit of the water over here. That's fine. That's why we put the mesh tiles here. Let's move the space heater back over here. Just in case anyone needs warming up. This is getting very messy, I must say. You could do all of this if you feel like it. Right, we can close this off now, so let's do that. This is already filled with liquid, so that's nice. Now, it's very tempting. I mean, obviously this liquid lock is so that we can seal off the volcano. It's very tempting to have a liquid lock that we're also just using for getting into a sealed box space. I've still got to figure out where I want to put that. I mean, let's have a think, right? This is probably the most the neutronium is going to protrude out, right? Really? It comes down here as well? Okay, yeah. So that is as far as it goes. So there's going to be a little bit of a... Goes down here as well. I think that is the bit we were talking about. Yeah, it is. Okay, that's good. It won't go any further than that. That's obsidian. So, what we could do... I could hide transformers randomly in that gap. It won't be quite as neat as usual, but it will fit in a... that's the best way of getting as much space as possible out of the asteroid. The question is, do we want to do that, or do we want to actually just have it in a neat fashion? I think we just want to have it in a neat fashion. But what we could do is we could have blocks, and then we could have bits where it stops. Because we don't need transformers in every single square inch of this space. We can have a couple of transformers here, a couple of transformers here, and then a couple of transformers here. That's fine. We'll have enough space along the line that it won't cause any issues, I imagine. Right, these suits are fine. What's everyone else doing? I guess I have given you a load of digs up here as well. We can keep doing all these. I am going to keep just getting them to dig everything out. I am truly past the point where I care about anything being preserved on this asteroid. I frankly want to get rid of it as soon as possible. We don't want to let any of this out, though, because that's going to slip. Let the polluted water out. Or let the slugs out. That's not what we want. So, let's keep building these over here. That's fine. But yeah, my aim for this week... So my aim for this week is to actually... Blah.
Hello there.
My aim for this week is to actually build all of the base, the new base. And possibly the transformer spine. Because now that we've actually got all these steam turbines hooked up here, they are wasting a little bit of power. Like if we go to the colony report here, they're wasting about 200 kilojoules of power. Or energy, I suppose. Hello, Redneck, hope you're doing well. So we want to be able to capture that excess power. It'll be more once this erupts as well, and it'll be more once the aluminium volcano is properly tamed. Are you actually erupting at the moment? I don't think you are. Oh, I need to put a ladder in here, don't I? Okay, you know what would have actually made sense? To put the ladder at the end of the liquid lock. Okay, that one's on me. We'll do something like that. These ladders could all stay here. This doesn't matter. But this is actually sealed off now, so this is ready for us to pour the liquid in. So you can remove this, and then we'll start dumping all the liquid from outside the map as well. We may not be doing any complicated builds at the moment, but we are actually clearing the map, as it were. Right, I'm going to seal this off here as well, to make sure that nobody drowns themselves. Catching up with yesterday's stream while doing other stuff and noticed you were alive. Might be lost a bit. No worries, we're not really doing too much. At the moment, we've just outlined a big water tank area. What we're going to do is we're going to pour all the salt water in here. And maybe eventually, once we no longer need all the sleep weeds, maybe we pour all this salt water in here and we melt this biome. But I don't think we actually do that. I think we just gradually boil it all in the volcano and keep it stored down here where it's relatively out of the way. And then by the time we actually get to the sour gas boiler, it probably is all going to get boiled by this volcano. Because what we're going to do, we're going to dump all this water today. We're going to start setting up the box base in this region here between the two vents and between a natural gas vent. So this is all going to be prime living space, and then everything else is going to be industrial. And then the transformers are going to go down here. We're going to fit them in the gaps between the neutronium to save as much space as possible. And then we'll see what to do. Oh look, we released it! We released it. Release the Kraken. So we're going to dump that out. It would probably be wise for me to keep a little bit of liquid in here. So let's actually yellow alert these. Let's yellow alert these. Just get them built before it all drains away. Hello, Dotterly. You definitely missed an episode 2. Yeah, I'm really sorry. The streaming has been irregular recently. Partly because last week I just did not get enough sleep. My sleep... I think I did get enough sleep. I just don't think the sleep quality was very good. I was not in the right headspace to play ONI. We literally stopped playing at the beginning of one of the streams and we just switched to Balatro because I just wasn't feeling it. I am feeling it now, and I'm going to stream every day this week, ideally, so that we can actually catch up with the run and also have plenty of VODs for people to watch while I'm on holiday, because I was planning on making some dedicated content for YouTube for the holiday, but I've just run out of time, so we're just going to make a load of stream VODs instead. It seems like the most efficient use of my time. Funny how I paused the other one right when you just tasked dupes to dig out all that part of the volcano, and now it's all dug out? Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, so I guess it's going to be a bit of a minor issue for people on YouTube. Twitch is going to be a bit further ahead than YouTube for this week. But you're not going to be missing too much. We're not doing any of the super exciting industry stuff that I have planned. We're just getting, like, the logistical stuff sorted out. So it should be fine. Right, in any case, we now have at least a ton of stuff in here. So that should be alright. We could start releasing all of this. And the ladder is going to continue. Okay, that doesn't need to be yellow alert. That doesn't need to be yellow alert. So then this could go here. And I guess we don't dig this, because we're letting all the water out the other way now. Yep, that's fine. We're going to move this bottle emptier so it's over here as well. That would make more sense, wouldn't it? And then this is all at the volcano level.
Seek fluid intake.
Oh, you're not going to catch me out today, Uglavisk. I had time to prepare. We've got some squash right here. I need to build more suit dock terminals. We need to, I mean, 4 maybe. I don't know. They were pretty quick building all this stuff because we let them through earlier. It's me in liquid form. Yeah. Hold on. No. You can't really... No, you can't see it in this glass. Sorry. I'm not in liquid form today. I'm in good form, but I'm not in liquid form. Yeah, because I guess this ended up being the liquid tank. And... Oh, whoops. This is all spilling on the base now. Great. Look, we got the... Now, this is some kind of shenanigans, right? I think what we do is we just get the dupes to dig all of this out, right? I think this is all actually where it's supposed to be. So let's start digging all of this out as well. The dupes could do this without the suits. In fact, oh, the only reason I have suits here is because of the volcano. But in reality, I mean, this is still erupting, so maybe we should keep the suits here. But everything that's not connected to the volcano I think actually, yeah, don't build these ladders. Just build this ladder. That's fine. Let's speed to it as well. It would be nice to grab all this rock as well. We'll do that at some point. I believe we have an Atmos suit available for everyone. Oh no! I unpinned all of my resources! Oh, whatever. Apparently with this mod, this button just unpins everything instead of hiding the menu. Okay. That's not very handy. Ever tried the mechanical valve filter on a conveyor lane? Curious if that works. I think we did try it and it was temperamental. I don't think I would generally do it again. But I think that was a while ago. Right, you can remove that one, that's fine. In fact, don't even bother removing it, just leave it there for now. Oh! Wait, the hydrogen vent's gonna start erupting. That makes sense. I think we set up a... Okay, I think what we do today is we set up a hydrogen vent tamer. Let's do that quickly. I mean, I don't mind if the hydrogen goes up here. Actually, okay, so here's the issue, right? We're building the base here. If this fills up with a load of hydrogen, that's a bad idea, right? So let's build a hydrogen vent tamer, and let's actually consult the video for a change. Hold on. We'll play on speed 1 for a bit while I do this. We pink gas! Not the one we wanted, but the one we deserve. Sour gas ain't pink. Right, let me look it up. Also, we really don't want sour gas until later. If we get any sour gas at the moment, that's a bad sign. Right, come on, Google. Do your thing, Google. Okay, yeah, my video does show up. That's nice. I'm pretty happy with this video. Oh, we're gonna get an ad? Okay, sure. They're fine, they're fine. Right, so what does this look like? Oh, I've got an issue. So our hydrogen vent tamer actually uses a drip pump full of oil. And we're dripping petroleum onto it. Yeah. We don't have either of those, and we won't have either of those. So we could do a door pump instead. But I'm going to be honest, I don't remember how to do a door pump. I think you guys might have to show me. Right, in any case, the start will be the same. We're going to put some aluminium tiles here and here. And here. And then we're going to have a steam room. We're going to have a layer of steam in here that interfaces with the turbine. And I think what I'll do... is I'll actually have it be too high just so that the water can drip onto the steam and not block the vent. Like, we'll put the vent here, central, this time, I think. I just like having builds where everyone can wander into it whenever they need to. So we'll do something along those lines. This is going to come down here. This is going to come down here. And we're going to have a steam turbine up here. That's fine. Can I shove a thing in here? Just a pump and metal tiles for a steam room works fine. I think I wanted to make it so that this doesn't overpressurize. That's why we wanted a drip pump before, so it would vent into here and then we drain it out. Because otherwise, I mean, we could pump it to a load of gas reservoirs, but that doesn't sound very fun. The thing over here is, it separates out from the electrolyzer directly into the room, so it'll never overpressurize. It vents too much for a gas pump to keep up with. Well, the problem isn't having the gas pump continuously operate. The problem is that we have to store the gas somewhere eventually, right? I mean, we could just have a gas pump in here and then just put it in an infinite storage. So about that sour gas, where is it? It's coming. It's coming. Not today. We don't have a sour gas vent. Today the plan is we build this hydrogen vent tamer so that we can actually lay out the base. No, oh, actually, hold on. Before we do all of this stuff, here's the other thing. So our base size is directly constrained by the vent. So we don't want our tamer to look like this anyways. Sorry. What we actually want to do is we want to seal it in here. We want the gas to creep out under here. And then heat up the steam turbine. So I think we actually build this more like our old style one. Sorry, that's going to be really confusing now. What I'll do is I'll get you to build the ladders first around here. I'll dig up these stupid plants. What we'll do is we'll actually fit the... We'll actually fit the turbine here. That does mean we're not going to be able to wander in here, but I think in the interests of saving space, I think we kind of have to do it that way. So maybe what we actually do is we do something like this. Yeah, let's think about this. This won't be our standard design, in any case. So if it goes down here... We probably don't need the steam turbine to run continuously, right? Are we planning on geotuning this? Let's do some calculations. Because what we could do is we can make a 2-wide room down here. I want the turbine to be flush with this. So I think to actually allow access to the vent, it would have to go something like this. I think we would have to do it, yeah. Like the turbine goes here. This is... What we'll do is we'll put a battery in here as well so that we can actually tune it up. Yeah, I'm liking where this is looking. So the hydrogen's going to come down here. This needs to be a steam room. Okay, right. So there needs to be steam in here. Sorry, I've got to keep thinking about what this is going to look like. I'm just brainstorming at the moment. Don't mind me. I'm actually let's probably one all of this because I don't want anyone to build anything yet. Oh god, have you already trapped yourself? No. Thought we're getting some live maths for a minute. You are going to get some live maths. I'm just brainstorming here. Sorry. Right, so the hydrogen is going to heat up the steam room. So perhaps what we do, we dig this. I think I would have to actually move this to the side a little bit. So this actually go over here. So we would have the metal tiles. Okay, I'm yellow alert digging these plants. Get them the fuck out of here. Sorry, this ain't gonna wait. This is a yellow alert. These plants are getting in the way of my flow. Right, I'm going to get rid of this YouTube video because it doesn't matter anymore. I'll post it in the chat though so you guys can see. Because this is what we usually do, but it's not what we're going to do today. There you go. Video link. Yeah, you're too cold? Yeah, no shit. Right, let's priority 1 all of this. So this is going to be the steam room. The hydrogen's going to come in here. This bit probably isn't going to be insulated. This is probably going to be the edge of the whole build. So the steam is going to creep in here. The hydrogen is going to creep down here. And then the turbine is going to be here in a room with the battery probably. So this could be something along the lines of, say, this. And then we could put a naphtha lock to get in the turbine room. Okay, I like the look of that. Yeah, I like the look of that. And then we'll put the turbine in here. That can be made out of aluminium as well. The battery can go here. And then we have a door. Yeah, that's fine. And then we can just stick a bottle emptier here. We can put the naphtha here. Yeah, I like the look of that. Oh, we've got some priority 8 tiles. Okay. That's fine. Priority 1 those again. So the hydrogen's going to come down here and it's going to swan around this room for a bit. Now, what else do I want to do with the hydrogen? I could put a... Because it needs to cool off before it gets pumped. So the pump should go here, because that means it's going to interact with all the steam. We've got to cool it off to 275 degrees C, so we can build a steel pump. Now, there's an argument to be made for putting the turbine somewhere like here, but it's a bit too wide compared to the valve. What I could do is something like this. And then we dig all of this out. Then that would be a liquid lock we could do. And then the hydrogen can hang out down here, and then it could get pumped in here. And now so this is how I want it to be laid out. Now the only question is, can I actually get a door compressor to pump all the gas into here with doors? I could set up like a manual door compressor. Like if I have like 3 doors here and have them open and close in sequence, that will eventually push all of the gas into this room. We could do it with automation. I think there's an easier way to do this. On the other hand, having 3 doors opening and closing in sequence here would be pretty cool. And I want to test it out. How do we build the one that we built with Leofar? Where it was just 1 door opening and closing because of where it was positioned. We could load up a save and have a look at that. With the bottle filler, isn't it easier to make the locks of bottles an empty than the emptier? Got a better control of the amount. It doesn't really matter. You could do either. I don't think it matters too much. I'm gonna open this just so we can get in here as well. For now. Right, yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with this. So, priority 9, build that. I guess some of this material will get cleared out of here. Let's save it, and then we're going to go have a look at the map where we did build a door pump. Now, which one would that be? We might be looking around on saves for a little bit here. Wanted to do this eventually anyways. Like, if we're going to set up the transformer spine, having some hydrogen from a geyser would make sense. Let's look for the map first. I'm not sure it was flip farters. No. Oh. It would have been nice for me to actually know which one it is. It wasn't plug in my slugs. Let's see. It wasn't this one. Look how out of control natural gas is. Outside of the map. That was Oasis. Man, that was a fun run. Exploit free ONI. I don't think it was Folia Fun Times. We didn't have a big Natural gas room on this one. I don't think it was this one. Iridio. Was it Flip Farters? Was it Rhyme Revenge? We've got a few more here. That's for Dante. You know, I don't think I'm going to remember this for the life of me. We definitely did it somewhere. Also, I need to delete a load of these saves, right? Another Iridio. I think this is going too far back. We didn't do it this far back. Why do I keep thinking that that's actually a save? It wasn't the series. Right, let's try Oasis. Frankly, I just want to go have a look at the Oasis map. It's been ages. Did I actually just drop a fish flake in this friggin' thing? Disgusting. How on earth did that even happen? You guys didn't see that. Right, let's have a look at the fish. What are the fish doing? We just fed them again. Believe it or not, I think I'm gonna have to go and do something with the filter again. I think a lot of... I mean, this is just a load of floating plant matter. It's not actually bothering the fish, but it does make the view look a bit cloudy. I had a look at the filter recently, but it just, I guess I didn't clean the right part of it. Okay, let's go back to the game. We could just try the 3-door automation one just to have a look at it. And then we just set up with like a load of buffer gates and like a looping signal, like a pulsed signal. I think I'd rather not do that though. Right, okay. That's a lot of natural gas. So we had some volcano tamers down here. Looks like we set these up with a shutoff. Yeah, okay. We were just about to build our phosphorus machine. We didn't quite get around to it. We had a load of pincher peppers that... Were they growing or weren't they growing? Yeah, they stopped growing. Oh god, look. We built a friggin' Rodriguez here because we weren't allowed to build our Hydra. That was like the worst thing about this run. Look at all the oxygen pipes. And look, there's another one. Absolutely disgusting. I don't think we ever actually went over to the other planet. No, not really. It looked like a good other planet as well. Okay. And then we put some... What was this supposed to be? Puffs? I don't know. I quite like how this asteroid looks, but this definitely is not the run we were looking for. Oh god, I have to load up the whole list again? You know, it could have been Frozen Friends. Let's have a look at Frozen Friends. I think it might have been Frozen Friends from memory. I have a lot of runs named after cold asteroids. I mean, some of that was because of the DLC, some of that was not because of the DLC. The alternative is I just make a drip pump out of naphtha and then some other heavy heat or light heat resistant liquid. But what would that even be? It's not really hot enough. Actually, it is going to be hot enough for liquid uranium, but I don't really want to do that. That sounds very silly. Right, what were we even up to on this run? Looks like we were just starting on fish. Hello, Dats Works. Can I start one from the beginning? that's like 50% of what we do on this run. We've restarted a lot. But if you want to see the start of a playthrough, we do have the YouTube channel where we have lots of complete ONI playthroughs, and we just did a couple of good ones on the Bionic Booster Pack, testing out the Bionic dupes. So have a look for Bionic Buddies, have a look for Bionic Printing Pod Panic. Those are both some good runs you can have a look at, where you can see what we do at the start with the Bionic dupes. At the moment, we're on our big playthrough where we're trying to get a base going together. It's still fairly early on, but I'm looking at other asteroids at the moment to try and figure out what to do with my natural gas situation. So, there's no natural gas over here. I think it was on a different asteroid. There's the oil wells. Oh, look at this. Look at this tiny natural gas room. It's definitely not here. Okay, I guess there wasn't significant natural gas on this run. Yeah, we just built the natural gas stuff into the oil wells. Okay, fine. I'll allow it. I was pretty happy with how this run went as well. We got pretty close to... We were just starting to colonize this salty asteroid, and then we moved on. Let's continue looking. I kind of like doing a tour of all the saves occasionally anyways. It definitely wasn't Blasted Series. It definitely wasn't regular series. I don't know whether it was Flipped Asteroid or not. Let's go have a look at Flipped Farters. I'm imagining not, because on this run there's natural gas everywhere. What's my natural gas problem? Oh, it's not a natural gas problem. Basically, the problem is, so I have a hydrogen vent on my current run that I'm looking to tame. I have a build that I usually use that I really like because it stores up the hydrogen to a significant degree. But it uses vents, and it uses oil, and we don't have any oil on the seed we're playing on. There's no oil biome. And we don't have any slicksters at the moment, although I suspect we'll eventually get some eggs from the printing pod anyways. I'm kind of hoping we do, otherwise we run into a bit of a problem with that. But what I want to do is I want to figure out how to make a door pump. And we had one run where we did a lot of we did a door pump in the natural gas room. I'm trying to find where it is. Because we just did it instead of an actual drip lock for a change. So we're doing a bit of a save tour at the moment to have a look. I think it could have been Flipped Farters because I think we would have mixed up the design every now and then. Right, so maybe we just don't have we do have an isolated natural gas room over here, but this is using the drip pump. So in this case, we're using oil, and we're dripping a very small amount of petroleum on it, in such a way that it's actually deleting the gas in this tile and moving it over here. But the vent would eventually overpressurize in the hydrogen vent, because I don't think we can use the power for a while. If we do it with doors, then there's no vent to overpressurize, which I think is preferable. Let's keep looking on the other planets, though. I don't think I would have... I guess it's not here, is it? Oh, it is here! Look! It's here! Your hydro vent is on Pastudazon on that one? Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, this is what we did here. Here, we didn't bother with an infinite storage. We just let it overpressurize instead of actually using it. So I don't want to copy exactly what we did here. And I'm also doing it so that we can... instead of here. Sounds like a Mission Impossible run. This is all way above my game experience. It kind of is. I mean, the plan for our current run is here. The aim is to make a completely sustainable colony with 0 geysers, just off of recycling critter byproducts, which is why we selected a seed with no oil, to make it a bit harder. But, yeah, we don't want to do this. We want to do something along the lines of this. So we had a blob of naphtha here, and then we open and close this door. Because when we close this door, the gas up here deleted and got pushed up here. So that's how we've been keeping this gas vent under wraps. So it looks like we'd have to do something similar here. I think what we'll do is we'll play around with that concept and we'll see if we can get to work. We'll just play around with it. We'll just play around with it and see if we can get to work. Only resources for critters? Yeah, that's the plan.
Thanks for the follow.
Thank you very much for the follow. Enjoy your fishy froggy emotes. Yeah. We have a plan with glossy drecos. So glossy drecos can eat bristle blossoms, which are fed with water. They produce plastic. You boil the plastic into naphtha, and then further into sour gas. You then condense the sour gas into natural gas and sulfur, and then you run the natural gas through a generator to turn it into polluted water and carbon dioxide. And if you recycle all those byproducts, you get a lot more water out than you put in. So that's what we're going to be doing. There are a few different infinite loops with critters in this game, but that's the one that I want to do in this run. So I think what we would have to do... We could mix this room up a little bit. I think what we would actually do is we would do something along the lines of... If I put the liquid here, we could put the door here. We've got a little bit of room underneath the vent that we're not really using for anything else, so we can do something like this. Is it salt water? Yeah. We've done this on an Oceania asteroid, so there's large lakes of salt water everywhere. We picked this because this map, the ocean and the oil generated... No, the ocean and the magma generated to completely cover the oil biome. So there is no oil biome. Which means no lead, no oil, and no slicksters for now. So we've got to clear out all the salt water. So what I'm thinking is... Naphtha blob here. No, that's not going to work. Because I need them to get around here. I need the gas to sneak around here, around the neutronium. So the gas has to come this way. The naphtha has to be here, and then the door has to be here. We're letting it in from above. I could have it go further down. I'm not sure there's going to be a way for me to get it to work here. Unless I make the room a bit bigger, which we could do. Because if the naphtha is here, the gas gets trapped up here. If the naphtha is here, then we can have the gas go over here. You don't think you've ever survived 60% of the world? Fair enough. So that's going to go here. The door would have to go here. And then the gas would creep in... The gas would creep in this way. And then get let into the storage here. Okay. So, I think that would work based on what we saw. It's a little bit crude, but that should be fine. I mean, at the end of the day... at the end of the day, I want to... This vent is constraining... Because basically, we've got a massive area of the map where we're going to be building stuff. But I'm pretty sure I'm building it so... I'm going to build all my stuff so it butts up to this hydrogen vent anyways. We're not going to probably use this little space down here for the sour gas boiling stuff. So I think we'll just... I think it's fine to let it out a bit larger down here. If anything, I think what we'll actually do is we'll bring it in a little bit here. And then we'll make like a little liquid lock here. Where the dupes could get in and out. I could even put it here so the dupes can get in and out of here. That's probably fine. Sorry, I'm just doing a load of workshopping at the moment. This will make sense later. So what I would do is I would... If I just had like a blob of naphtha here, I could make a vacuum lock here. This is going to depend on a lot of blobs of naphtha, but this is fine, because if we actually look at the naphtha, even though the hydrogen comes out at 500 degrees, naphtha boils at 540 degrees. Now the issue is, if we geotude this to 600 degrees, then the naphtha could boil. I don't think we're honestly going to bother with that. The only other issue I can see is, I would want the liquid lock to come out here. I would want the dupes to exit here so it's flush with the neutronium. But I think I can move this all one over. So let's do that. Oh, you gotta dig the friggin' plant again. Dig it. This will make sense later, I promise. So this could be metal as well. I could go here, and I can go here. Naphtha is a super low thermal capacity, that will take forever to boil. Yeah, I think it's the sort of thing where we would experiment with it. I think it would actually be fine. I don't think it would boil, because I think the steam turbine would absorb enough of the heat just from this bit. Especially because we're going to make it aluminium. Wait. Yeah, you should be making this out of aluminium. We have aluminium. Yeah, so that would go up there and exchange heat with the steam in this room really quickly. And then this would be a naphtha situation as well. So we can get in here. That's fine. Yeah. Okay, and then this liquid lock would go down here. Actually, would I even need a liquid lock to get in here? Could I just have you climb past the geyser? Is that irresponsible to have them just climb past the geyser? Probably not, right? Maybe I've been overthinking that bit. No, I have been, because we want to keep this flush. Eventually what we want to do is we want to seal this up completely. So it's not accessible on that side. And then what we would do is, that would be naphtha blobs. And then they could get out this side and the ladder could be flush. Which we would do. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. I think for now I would put, I think you may be right about the whole bottle filler thing. We'll play around with it a little bit. But, the long and short of it is, the dupes could get in here and access every part of this build. Once it's done. Build this ladder too. So I think I could just get them to build everything here, and it will, and then we can move everything around. And I'm hoping in the process we'll let all the water out. Maybe they'll make this one a priority 5, so that we let all the water out this end. What is going on with these ladders? You can remove these ones. And this is all non-suit access, so this should be fine. Okay, yeah, let's just see how quickly they build all of this. Last run, you had 30 kilogram blobs of naphtha all over the base. Went fine until I tried to mass mop over the base and kind of forgot about it. Oh god, yeah, I've done that once. That was really bad. More lime. Are we ever going to find a dupe we actually want? No. Maybe you. I don't really want a dedicated doctor, though. Oh, I should be skilling everyone up, for sure. Exosuit training, digging, suits. I want to get everyone to suits. That's important. Yeah, we'll just do that for now. I guess we'll have the hydrogen generator be the hydrogen vent be the focus of today, because we've got to get this tamed before we can really clear out this area, and then we can dump all the water as well. I mean, you're just going to boil this water, aren't you, first? We can drip more water on here later, though, so that's not necessarily an issue. Okay, you are actually going to vent now, aren't you? Well, that's fine. It's not a lot of hydrogen. We can pump it out later. It's not going to be too hot. We would also definitely build a temperature plate here. I'm going to keep making these out of obsidian, I think. Because it's abundant and conductive. So these would go here. That would stay a tile. Yeah, that would do. This doesn't want to be insulated at all, does it? This should actually be metal as well. No, Ada, you don't want to breathe that gas. That's not good for you. No oil biome also means no free diamond. Correct. We don't have diamond. We will have to build a diamond press fairly soon. But, well, not fairly soon, but like, as soon as we actually need a large amount of diamond, we will need to do that. Yeah, I guess I don't mind just erupting a little bit. I could seal it in for now. In fact, actually, what's the gas situation like? Gross. Maybe I should just seal this in now. Yeah, I'll do that. I'm hoping eventually we can push the other gases out. We'll see. At least this bit's all insulated. So yeah, priority 9, all of this. I like it. We're actually doing something somewhat new today. We're seeing if we can improve our design. So I think this one will cancel for now, and we'll just put a bottle emptier here. And then we can drop the naphtha there. This needs to be a door. It doesn't actually matter what this is. I'm going to make it out of steel just because it's more conductive. But actually, that doesn't matter here, does it? I guess it matters. It's all connecting up to the... It's all connecting up to this thing. You're scolding on the hydrogen here. That's funny. Well, it's not that funny. Once you build the tiles, it will be easier. We can go heal a couple of people. So long as you don't end up building yourself into the hydrogen vent, you'll be fine. Yeah, good job, Nails. Good idea, Nails. Atmo suits are for cowards. We have built some atmo suit terminals, but they're mostly for the volcanoes where they're going regularly. Right, so good news. I think we will be able to isolate any annoying gases. The gas over here will cool down eventually, don't worry. Now, this, I don't want the polluted water here because it's going to off gas. I think that's going to irritate me. Also, there's too much water in here. We will let these liquids out over time. I guess I'll keep it sealed for now. Right, anyone actually healing up? Nails is the only one that needs healing. I'll allow that. I'll allow that. Iron Volcano, you're going to erupt in 2.6 cycles. Okay, that's fine. Food looks like it's still doing great. We're clearly overproducing lettuce slightly. Are we actually making a load of frost buttons? I would think not. I can tell them to stop making the frost buttons, but I don't know. We haven't set up a permanent freezer here because we're eventually going to just move the whole base, and I didn't want to set up a vacuum room and all that crap. Maybe we should have bothered. Or maybe we should have bothered setting up like an impromptu one like we did on the Frosty Planet Pack runs. This is not really cold enough to store this lettuce forever. It's cold enough to store some for a little bit. It's better than nothing. The reality is, they're growing a lot of it over here. Or a lot of it's rotting in here. I could automate this to dump it in the frosty biome. Although, I think the room is actually too narrow to allow us to do that. I could put a sweepy in here. Is that worth doing? I don't know, we're not going to be relying on this forever anyways. Oh god, they're all rotting. They're all actively rotting as we speak. Stop it, you cowards. Would sweepy clog on the water? That's very true. This is why I don't like lettuce. Can I just priority 9 these? They are already priority 9. Oh, they're not going there because it requires suit access. Got it. Wait, can you actually reach this lettuce? No! We did have access there and it disappeared. Right, build this ladder here. If we build that ladder there, then they'll move it all into the frosty biome and we'll stop having this issue. That's what was happening. This is all the old lettuce that we were actually able to move over there before this melted. And let's make this granite, so it's local granite that's cold. That's actually important. Right, you're gradually getting around to building this. This probably won't run for a while, so I'm not actually sure what I want to plug into here. The salt water seems very wavy for how little there is. Yeah, that's true. Oh, that doesn't need to be yellow there. It just likes waving around. Got earned a skill point. Let's give you building. I think I'm not yet at the point where I can do this. I can start digging this out now. That's fine. Yeah, deconstruct this, deconstruct this. Deconstruct this. Deconstruct this. Deconstruct these. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like this is a sound idea. And then I don't think we don't need an aquatutor in here. This could be fine self-cooled, I think. Okay, let's actually do the hydrogen bed. Let's actually do the hydrogen bed maths while we're waiting for this. I did actually bring my calculator home, right? Didn't I? What have I got in my bag? I've got Pepsi. That's the most important thing. I've got headphones I'm not currently wearing. Oh, it's in my friggin' laptop bag, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, there we go. Right, calculator time. So, let's start with the basics. So we've got an average of bag reveal, yeah. I didn't forget my bag. Right, 90 grams per second of hydrogen average, like including dormancy. So 0.09 times, we want to cool this by at least 225 degrees. So times 225, that gets it to compatible steel temperature. Or steel pump compatible temperature. And then times the heat capacity of hydrogen, which is 2.4. So that is 48.6 kDTUs per second of cooling required to get it to the point where we can actually run the gas pump and get the hydrogen anywhere else in the base. So that's all the cooling we need. If we geotune this, we're timesing it by... instead of what that is, we double the amount, so it's 0.18 times 325, because the hydrogen's now 600 degrees. And then again, it's times 2.4. So that gives us 140.4 if it's max geotuned, which is well within the remit of a self-cooled steam turbine. So we don't actually have to put an aquatuner in here at all. We could put an aquatuner in here and get a little bit of residual cooling. This could be a good position to put just a base cooling turbine. Oh look, we boiled all the water in here. Sweet. That's not sweet at all. That's a big issue, actually. I'm sure this is really going to help keep these guys cool. Yeah, we can't let water in here. I think this needs to be actual tiles, then. So this is going to be yellow alert. Probably like this, right? Have fun with that. And then I need to get you to... Oh, you can't actually sweep any of this? How to get a very small amount of water out of these bits? Probably just get annoyed. I think the answer is actually mesh tiles or something. Like, maybe put mesh tiles here. Do I just tile it? Does that help? If I can't just tile it because the plants are here. I think I just have to let the water out. That's not a lot of water, actually. That should be fine. That is the most annoying thing I've seen in quite some time, actually. If I... Hold on. Right. Okay, I've got an idea. Dig this. Break the floor above, the water will run down the side. But there'll still be a little bit of water left in here. The double liquid is what's dealing with this. The water here is at the viscous limit, so that's not going to flow anywhere. What I could do is I could put mesh tiles here. I guess I wanted to get rid of this salt anyways, and then we can let the water out down here. And then we'll just have to dump a little bit more water in here again. So what I would have to do is I'd have to turn this off, so it doesn't dump a load of salt water in here. That's fine. I could stick a load of batteries in here, maybe? Something that I want to absorb heat from that we put in this room. It probably is just a thermo aquatuner that we send somewhere and have very lightly loaded. But at that point, I might as well just run it past the turbine anyways. Maybe that's what we do. Maybe we just put an aquatuner in here, aquatuner to cool this, and then we have an aquatuner for the base. Yeah, that's what we do. And then we can actively cool the base, and we have a local aquatuner nearby for the freezer and things. Yeah, that's what we do. Okay. So, what we'll do is... the water in here will be insulated, so we're not going to use it for cooling. So that's going to come down here. Oh god, don't yellow alert this. So that's going to come down here. Then we'll put in... Oh, this is so good because it's a very natural place for us to fit the aquatuner as well. And that's going to go there. We'll put the insulated pipe down here. It's going to go up here. Bridge. Put the liquid pipe thermosensor here. Make it out of aluminium. We'll make all this stuff out of aluminium. And then... Sorry, my voice is a bit scratchy. There's a thing going around. There's a thing going around at the moment. Because, yeah, we know even if geotuned, we're only going to need 140 kDHUs of cooling in here per second. So that means we've got 440 to play with for base cooling. What's the fluid options we have for a freezer? No oil, no specific, supercoolant. Ethanol. We can make some ethanol. Somehow, maybe. We'll have a think. I don't think... I'm not that worried. Nectar. We have a bonbon tree seed. We can just get some nectar from a bonbon tree. We printed one. I don't know why we printed one, but we did. Maybe we try and find a way to do it without using the nectar. That would be more interesting. Right, this goes up here, and then we're going to run this through here. So we only need it to run along the bottom. Are we going to ethanol cool this turbine? Probably not, unless we get some ethanol. So let's just do it like this. Wait, I've got a better idea. Hold on. This could go here. Actually, I've got an even better idea. No, that's not an even better idea. If we put the pipe here, and then the vent can go here. I think I need to rearrange this room slightly. I would rather have the vent go over here than just vent it on this side. I think we'll rearrange the room slightly. We can do this. Sorry, guys. We'll reverse the steam turbine. How cold is the ice room ice maker? Ice, it goes down to like minus 20 degrees, I think. We did a video about it a while ago. It's on the YouTube channel. Ice makers are very good now. Realistically, what we should have done is actually just made an ice maker freezer setup. I didn't even think of that. I mean, the thing is, what I did in that video was I used ice makers to cool a thermal aquatuner and then get the liquid where I wanted it to go. I think. Yeah, that is what we did. So to build the aquatuner here, I would actually have to move this. I have to move the bottle emptier. I do also actually need to drain all the liquids out of here, so open this door up. Right, you also need to do this. So you need to put mesh tiles here. Or possibly just a mesh tile here. I don't like ethanol for freezers. It probably will realistically be nectar because we printed the bonbon tree seed. I don't think opening a door to a lake will help with the flooding. It will, because we're going to drain this all down here. That's going to happen before we get this running. Now that the hydrogen's actually sealed off. The liquid here is actually going to block it in temporarily until we release it. And it looks like there's only one little tile of gas in here. That's not what we want. It will be fine. And in fact, I bet I could... No. Yeah, let's stop getting ahead of ourselves. Right, let's reverse this. So reverse that, put it there. The battery is still going to go where we want it to go. The pipe and the vent are going to go here because we want to cool. We want to actually cool it locally, right by the pump. That's what we want to do. And then the aquatuner could go... Actually, we can put the aquatuner... We can still put the aquatuner here. But I think I'd rather have it over here? I don't know. Let's think about this. If I put the aquatuner here, the only difference is we would have to move the bypass slightly. The bypass would have to go under here through these tiles. And I don't really like the idea of having the thermal aquatuner bypass go through the conductive tiles. I could do something like... I could just do it like this. I don't like doing this. I like to have the port be directly adjacent. But it has to be a bridge. I could just have it go up here. Hypothetically, I don't think there is actually anything wrong with me doing this for the bypass. Let's do that. Ethanol is what you use in your freezer. Yeah, it's not bad. The only thing is it's not as efficient as nectar. And we can get nectar, so... And we're not swimming in ethanol, so... It would be a bit silly, I think, to do that on this run. Right, and then the aluminium can go up here. Probably doesn't need to run this far, but we've got the aluminium anyway, so why not? And then we can hook that up to the base. But what we'll actually do is we'll send it around here for now. Who's trapped? Okay, that's that is an issue. So you could dig these and then you'll be fine. Don't worry, Joshua, this isn't an emergency. Unless you're very slow. No, you're fine. Isn't there some issue with the number of fluid packets unless the bypass is 1 tile longer? Am I missing something? The bypass is 1 tile longer. And we'll sort it out. It might be the case where it just has 1 less packet flowing through it. I'm not overly concerned. This will work. Yeah, that's fine. Then dig this so you can access all of this. And you actually built this? Okay, that's not exactly what I wanted. Right, I've got to let this out of here before we do many more water weeds. Your bypass is up being 1 tile longer. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, the typing lag. No. We'll be fine. Right, let's speed up. We do actually want to get this finished today. And you guys do actually seem quite interested in seeing this work. I'm interested too. The only issue I have with the drip pump is that the eventually still overpressurizes because it overpressurizes when the liquid vent overpressurizes at 1,000 kilograms tile. In a small room that's not a lot of hydrogen. It's a little bit more efficient than gas reservoirs, but not by a lot. So, but the door pump is like it's great. It never overpressurizes because it's like entirely mechanical. We should probably switch to using these more often because they're independent of the building materials as well. The only thing is you just need a viscous liquid here, so that's usually naphtha. Well, you don't need a viscous liquid here, but you want something that's not going to boil accidentally. Because as soon as it does, the whole thing explodes. I'm pretty happy with where this is going. Although, one downside to actually hydrating myself is I should probably go for a break. We'll go for a break in a minute. I'm pretty happy with what this is looking like. Stretch. I can do that. My fingers aren't clicking today. I find it harder to click my fingers when I've got my wedding ring on. That's probably for the best. Right, so obviously we want the gas pipe to be independent of everything else. The thermo aquatuner, I'm going to be very lazy. I'm just going to hook this all up here for now. We'll figure out the details later. I mean, we can access all of this anyways. This isn't actually going to be an issue. I always love building things where the dupes could just wander in and out freely. And we'll keep this ladder here as well so they can do that. Although, let's just check that. Yeah, they can. Look. It's fine. I love how that looks. Right, deconstruct that tile, though. I guess you can't wander... This tile needs to be here so they can wander in and out of this bit. And obviously they can't wander in and out while the door is closed, but that's not a huge issue either. Right. The water is dripping out of here. Which means now I can sweep all of this up. I'm going to yellow alert that because you guys sweep a lot quicker on yellow alerts. Who's suffocating? You'll find me, Ma. Right, now we're fine. So this actually still works. That's oh no, we need the tile here to actually restrain it. Okay, let's just build the friggin' granite here, I guess. It's fine. You're still alright for now, but you're gonna run out of liquid fairly soon. That should be priority 9. I think this gas isn't just getting deleted. The water by the tanks will flow back in and restart the issue. No, because the water here is at the viscous limit. There's not enough water for it to flow in. We can sweep it up anyways, though. How are you starving, Nicola? You're right here. Wait! Oh no! George is a loud sleeper too. By George, I mean Transcension. Hold on. Nicola, you can go here. Okay, maybe we just stick to 24. Maybe we just stick to 24 dupes then. That's a nice round number anyways. I can put some more beds in here if I feel like it. Also, can I just say, let's actually just clear out this whole area. Because we can. We are no longer using whatever this is. A spigot pup? I don't think we want the spigot pup. We're not planning on doing nectar trees long term. I'm gonna get it anyways. I don't think we're gonna use it, but it's just cute. We've just got to keep it because it's cute. A comfort range is up to 10 degrees C. I don't think you're going to be very comfortable. Oh, wait. I know what we do. Also, actually, hold the phone. We can feed him sucrose later. Maybe we just keep him. We're going to relocate him to look after the food. There you go. Yeah, we can't turn that a seal. They're cute. Okay, now you stop sweeping this. And this means I can hook up the automation here again. Which means we're going to let a little bit of water in. And by a little bit, I mean probably slightly too much, realistically. This is fine. We've figured it out. It's alright. They won't be flooded forever, trust me. It's alright, we wanted to drain the liquid out of here anyways. It's drained out of this bit. Okay, I need to let the liquid in here. So I'm actually gonna I'm gonna deconstruct this tile just for now. And rebuild this. Because there was way too much liquid in here. That's a reasonable amount of liquid now. Yeah, that's good. I could just leave it like this to trigger people. That would be very funny. We'll have enough conductivity with the salt water. I'll put a little blob of naphtha here though anyways, because I don't want this to eventually evaporate. So let's just do this very quickly. Yeah, the random liquid blobs, I'm sure they're really conductive. I mean, this bit is. It's more conductive than the gas, I'll put it that way. Right. You've kind of dumped it on the wrong tile. I'm gonna be honest. Hello, Kunaktien. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, that was not the aim. What if I sweep this up? I like your badge. Where'd you get that from? We're just building a hydrogen vent tamer here at the moment. We're going to use a door pump instead of a drip pump because we don't have crude oil or petroleum. Okay, this was definitely not the easiest way of doing this. Right, empty you here. Sweep you out here. I don't think I care about this being a vacuum. I don't know. Oh my god, that is going to annoy me. Right, get that out of there. We could tile this if we really wanted to vacuum seal it. Again, I don't think I actually care. There you go. Right, and then we'll sweep this up. And then that's fine. That's sealed. So we'll do something similar over here, except we'll vacuum seal this. This is already vacuum sealed. That's funny. Right, naphtha can go here. And then we need to dump a few specific blobs over here. So we'll just put the bottle empties here. We can dump a few blobs here. We're going to let this out. You're 5 Connectien. You're don't worry about it. Right, how much naphtha is this? Not enough. Keep dumping more naphtha. What are you doing, Dotterly? Nothing suspicious. I want to make sure this is a vacuum lock, and I want to make sure it's a robust one too. What do you mean unreachable food? What do you mean unreachable food? Oh. Guys, I've realized the problem with our food storage situation.
Fish food now. Fish has been established.
It was established, wasn't it?
Fish has been established? Yeah, that sounds about right. Let's switch over to fish cam. Any fish? There's a fish. Yeah, this food is only accessible by ammo suits. And, they're all coming over here in atmo suits to grab their food. It's very inefficient. So what we need to do is we need to make sure this is priority 8. And then we need to make sure that we have the refrigerator is priority 9. And we need to put lettuce in the refrigerator. That's how we solve that issue. Gulp, gulp, indeed. Right, now here's a question. Why have we got a liquid lock here if we're not actually doing anything with this? This is supposed to actually be separated. I think what I'll do is I'll put a door here that will open and close occasionally. I'll put like a little switch here for now. There you go. And then you can grab all the lettuce and take it out of here and put it in the refrigerator. Also, we have liquid water pouring onto the freezer box. This does not sound like a good plan. This was not a good plan in general, I might add. How to starve all of your dupes when you have 100,000 calories of lettuce? The answer may surprise you. Well, I'm a little bit sad the fish aren't showing up. Right, this is enough naphtha, so you can stop dumping this. We can tile this. Am I really just going to delete, like, a ton of salt water? Yes. And then this is a thin liquid layer. I could get you to sweep this up now. I think what we'll do first is we'll get them to dig out this water. And we'll let it out here. That seems fine. And we can dig out all of this as well. And we can dig out all of this as well. So we need to dump a little bit more naphtha here and here. If we do this now, then this water's going to stay in here. That water's going to stay there anyways. We'll just tile it. We have no shortage of salt water, so Yeah, we'll just dump the naphtha in here now. I don't think we have any more naphtha, though. No, we do. There's naphtha in these bottles, right here. You'll do it. I believe in you. Yep, okay, so that tile's done. You don't need to tinker this. Please don't tinker that. We'll tinker these things later. We will eventually tinker these power sources. It also depends how much power we're actually generating. Ugh. Because we probably don't actually need to tinker all these power sources at the start. And the other thing is, do we actually want our base to rely on tinkering power sources to function properly? Probably not. Unless we have some kind of large discretionary power draw, which we probably will at some point. Right, flip that switch. We'll open this if we want to let some water out of here. You know what we could do with? We could do with like a... Why don't we have a Paku variant that desalinates water? That should definitely be a thing in the game. They already have the Gulp Fry. Which, oh, why the toilets out of water? What? Oh, right. We never actually, we filled this loop up. You're not running because you're full. Okay, we've done goofed here. I'm glad I noticed that. So, connect that there. Deconstruct the bridge. Yellow alert. And then deconstruct this. Yellow alert. And then we need to let out some of this water. So I think what I'll do is I'll connect up one segment of polluted water. Like this. That's what we do, usually. And now it's fine. Now it will actually recirculate properly. What I like to see. We've melted the heavy wires in here, which means the iron volcano is actually erupting now. That's good. This is set to the correct temperatures, so this should all start boiling pretty soon. Have we got enough liquid pressure in here? If not, we'll build some ice temperature plates. Oh, wait. Oh, you're flooded? Really? Ugh. Okay. We can solve that issue, too. That's fine. Just do these first. It's because we dumped a load of salt water here, I guess. Yeah, this is fine. Yeah, scratch that break. We're just going to get this all done now. Alright guys, what is the whole naphtha situation? We literally have bottles of naphtha. They're right here. Oh no, we don't. They're bottles on top of the good naphtha. Okay, so we need to melt some more naphtha, which we could do down here. Oh no, there's naphtha here. You could auto bottle this. You can't actually reach this, can you? You need to actually get here and do this dig. Then you can reach that. We know you can do the dig. Aluminium is just sat here steaming at the moment. Okay, let's speed up. Let's continue. So I can remove this now, but I don't need to. You obviously can't get in here until we've cleared all of this material out, so you might as well just do all of this. There's plenty of oxygen, so don't give me that crap. You can dig this all out too, you know. We'll just keep an eye on this until it explodes. Now, I'm not sure where the hydrogen is going to go yet. I suspect it will just go into an insulated pipe. Well, it'll just go into a regular gas pipe here, and then we'll just move it along. Then that can go wherever we wanted to. Right, so you've done the digs, so you should actually have an errand here now, right? Oh, right, you need to have naphtha. So why don't we have the naphtha? Is the access still denied? I don't think it is. Let's double check. Show me a dupe. Any dupe. They're harder to see when they're not moving. Right, you can't get down here at all now because... Wait, what? Oh. There's 3 of you in here? Okay. You still need to dig this one. Okay. And then you can reach the naphtha again. Yes, we are cooking a whole slime marshy biome using the geothermal... using this magma biome. That's exactly what we're doing. Oh, we dug in the top here as well. That's funny. Yeah, there is nothing interesting over here, as we thought. That's fine. Well, I don't really want to go until we've done this naphtha lock, because otherwise I'm going to forget about it. And in the meantime, you can keep digging out all this liquid. So I can go like this, right? Let's not hold up this. Let's not use the sedimentary rock to hold anything up. That could burst if we're not careful. I may actually need to build a ladder here so we can get over here. And dig that and then tile this. I never trust sedimentary rock to hold any liquid pressure. Yeah, speed 3 time. Right, you should be able to grab the naphtha now, so you should be here in a minute. We need max. You guys all got to recover from cold, aren't you? Or heat, yeah. I think this is another case where we need to actually put a water cooler and a space heater here. Getting the dupes to do labor without atmo suits is so annoying. It's really annoying. And I didn't think we'd have to atmo suit it. I've realized something actually now. I think we need to atmo suit stuff where it's not an emergency, because otherwise they're just so inefficient because they're constantly going to refresh or whatever. So we need to put a water cooler here. And then a space heater here, probably. And they've got both options. And how wild. Right, and then this could just go here for now, I guess. Build all of this as well. Bislight tiles are particularly pressure resistant due to their low mass compared to the default mass. Liquid gold broke a double layer of bislight on the map. Interesting. I mean, this is all obsidian. And obsidian is pretty pressure resistant, I think. It depends on the hardness of the tile as well, doesn't it? Right, let's speed up. Let's keep looking. Max, where are you? You're here now. Okay. Hello, Max. He's got the bottle. There he is. It depends on the strength, which is different from the hardness. Oh, okay. That's irritating. Right, naphtha. Over. Well, that's not exactly what I wanted. Just gonna do this now, Bubbles. You gonna live up to your name? Okay, and then I just tile these. And then that deletes all the salt water, right? I'll put these here anyways, because we're going to have the dupes do a load of construction around here to get the main base operational, so I want to make sure they can get warm and cool respectively as well. Do we have any fresh water for them to just dip into? Not really. Okay, and then just do this tile, and then you'll be all set. Oh, we need to dump a bit of naphtha here, so dump the remaining naphtha in here. And then deconstruct this. Deconstruct this. The naphtha should flow into here, right? Oh, for fuck's... What was I thinking? What was I honestly thinking? Of course it was going to do that. The salt water's still pushing it out. Silly situation. But don't bother with this one either. Single tile thick obsidian when mass of 900 should withstand 1.9 times the mass of a liquid. Yeah, there is a wiki page with the formula in it. Right, I think I actually have to bite the bullet and just let all the liquid out now. Otherwise it's going to get annoying. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. Just dig all of this. I don't even know why you bothered doing this. Just dig all of this. Let it all out. I didn't even end up dumping any on the volcano. That's funny. Get it out of here. Then what we'll do is we'll just deconstruct this. And we'll dig all of this. Have you guys been seeing any fish, by the way? I feel like they've not been wandering by. Glorious liquid. I mean, maybe some's going to end up in here just because of shenanigans. We'll see. It does look like it occasionally just climbs up here. If we look at the liquid... If we look at the liquid blobs... Looks fairly, ordinary at the moment. Whiskers set a quick high. Nice, nice. Yeah, just let all of this liquid out and then we'll be fine. So I guess now I will get you to dump the naphtha here and here again. And then we'll let the liquid pour out first and then we'll sort it out. But at least now we know there shouldn't be any gases getting into here because this is all full of liquid. Unless the water off gases, which it might. Right. You can stop doing that now. Operation Jungle Juice begins. If this does spring a leak, it's not the end of the world because we can just let the rest of the water out down here. Actually, why aren't we just letting all the water out down here? I guess it won't all fit down there. We could do both. We could let a little bit of it in here and then fill this up. We'll see. There'll still be some liquid to dump in here still. So if we just do this, then there'll still be at least 2 tiles of liquid to dump in here for a while. Right, let's see. Are you filling up? 29U. Blueprints. Water? Sure. That will make it easier to fill it up. Why not? Water everywhere, but not a drop to drink. Yeah, and now hopefully you guys meet in the middle. Wait! Oh, I've realized we made a mistake now. Yeah, delete this. Delete this. Unequip suits. Unequip. Unequip. And then deliver them here. I bet we've still got one sod running around. In a suit. Can we spot the dupe in a suit? They're possibly on a different schedule. You're dumping all the saltwater bottles in here as well. You're just like, I'm helping. We should be able to get the hydrogen bed done today. That's like the main thing I actually wanted to get done today. That and the ocean tank. And then once we've done that, then there's actually nothing stopping us from colonizing all of this. Because we're not going to build it above... This is going to be the actual roof. We're probably also at the point where I should just dump the salt water here, right? Like... I could totally just dig this out. Well, maybe not entirely. This could go here. Could dig all of this out as well. Right, you have dumped a large amount of naphtha over here. That's fine, because this is starting to drain, and this should flow into here. Which we can sweep it out of the other bits. Be priority 8. That could be priority 8 as well. Right, I think we just speed 3 it. What's wrong with this wire? You need to build this wire. That's fine. Naphtha is floating down here now. That's okay. It's a bit hiccupy. Oh, right. Oh, wait. Hold on. Well, I mean... It's still a vacuum in here. It won't be a vacuum for long, though, will it? Unless I get you to sweep all this polluted water out of here. Yeah, see? Well, we can gas pump it anyways. I'll be very quick. Sure. Relocate these here. Okay, the naphtha has kind of dripped. I think I need to pick it up again. The naphtha has successfully moved over here at the moment. That's good. So we don't need you here anymore. That's a very small blob, though. I think we will add more here. This naphtha can get swept up. This naphtha can get swept up before it's too large. It is too large. That's irritating. Door. It's letting the salt water out very slowly. That is interesting. Right, so that's cleared out now. So we've still got a little bit of salt water in here. I actually need to sweep this up. This is... Oh, this needs to drain. Oh, right, this needs to drain. Okay. We need to let this drain. Oh, wait, if we do that now, all the polluted oxygen's going to get out. Hold on. Let's think about this. Right, gas pump. I'll make it out of steel because we can just keep it in here, I guess. That can just vent here. Then you can plug in here. And then, yeah, Priority 9 all of this. Yeah, you guys are building stuff. This is fine. So, the polluted oxygen is here. Who's suffocating? Why are you suffocating? Oh, that's weird. That's very weird. How do we do this one? How did this even happen? Right, so you're idle now. So all I need you to do is build a granite ladder. A sedimentary rock ladder. Yeah, there you go. You're fine. Right, dig these all out. And then we'll come back and do the rest of this. No suffocations today. Right, this needs to be yellow alert. Get the blue water out of here. Oh, there's polluted water in here, so we're gonna need to sweep this up, aren't I? How about you build a mesh tile here then? Or just remove this and then we can sweep all the liquid out. Except for whatever little blob ends up in here, and then we'll be fine. Yeah, that should help. Yeah, vent all the gas, and then I will sweep all of this up. Whenever you allow me to. Oh, it's unreachable. Oh, right. Okay, so now what I need to do is I need to build this. I need to sweep these bottles up. Naphtha is spreading. There's some wonk going on here for sure. I'm going to sweep this saltwater up as well. We don't want any steam. The vent is overpressurized for now, so that's not actually an issue. Right, okay. So that's there. Oh, that's too much salt water? Are you freaking kidding me? You stupid so-and-so. Right, that's still fine. So now we can take all the polluted water bottles out. So, sweep by type. Go down here. Where's liquids? Liquid, polluted water, yellow alert. Sweep those up. Get them out of here. And then seal this in. Oh, you're trapped now. Okay, you need to build a ladder here then. Oh, right. Oh, right. Build it. Max, you're in the wrong spot. Oh, for fuck's sake. We are not killing a dupe by leaving him in here. I mean, you can build this anyways, right? Is that a good idea? You could do this in the other one at the same time. That might be overly ambitious. Right, you're idle now, so that means if I tell you to come in here and build a thing, you should build it if there is material. Which there is. So come in here and build this. No. Yes. We wanted to make sure it was idle, so we actually did the errand. If Dead Dupe is not tossed in a memorial at some point, does it start to emit PO2 at some point? I don't think so. I've never seen it. Oh, look, the naphtha moved out of here as well. Okay, so we're back to a vacuum in here now. Are we grabbing all the polluted water? Storage unavailable. Right, I'm making an executive decision. Store all the polluted water in here. As well. Right, some naphtha has gone in here. That's good. This is all gradually flowing in here. Is that all getting pushed out into here? It's funny how this seems more viscous when there's less liquid. Right, remove this. Okay, yeah, now we're good. So, dump more naphtha here. Then we'll be fine. Got some naphtha down here, so we can sweep this up. We can't dig this. We can't grab this yet. Should I even just put a pitcher pump here? That would be kind of funny, wouldn't it? Oh, we're so close. We're so close, honestly. Right, so now we can just tile this, right? And that's going to get rid of the salt water. Is that correct? I'll tile this as well. That was not 100% correct. If I do this, that should help. You can't reach it. Am I overthinking this? I hope not. Because the liquid is there, I could remove this for now. And then put this here. Does that work? No, it's still unreachable. Really? Wow, okay. I guess put this here then. Oh, and sweep this all up. Yellow alert time again, because we're getting impatient. Right. There is now naphtha here. There's polluted water here, which will eventually all off-gas and evaporate, so that's fine. So, put this here. I've forgotten how naphtha flows when it's around other bits of water. There you go. So now that will be a vacuum. What if I... And I can't get in here to tile this. I need to build a ladder here so we can get over here. That's what I need to do. There's the 2 suits as well. Oh, God. Put the other 2 suits over here, please. Oh, wait. You've got a suit and you're in here. Okay. Maybe just 1 suit then. You're gonna break here pretty soon, aren't you? Right, so now we can put a tile here, I think. No, you're still unreachable. Now, why is that? Because we need to put a ladder here. That's fair enough. I am gonna leave these ladders in here, because it's quite convenient, frankly. I'm gonna go back to me cam now. Hope you guys have seen plenty of fish. There's also still an annoying tile up here, which we could build. To get rid of the polluted oxygen. Right, okay. This is getting much closer to being done now. So, I can seal this off. We've got the naphtha blob here. It's big enough, so we can deconstruct this. I can sweep this up. Again, we can wander in here and grab all the stuff later, but we would need an Atmos suit later. Probably worth doing now. Right, liquids have all been removed. So now I can deconstruct this, deconstruct this, deconstruct this. It's a bit concerning seeing just a little blob of liquid there, but that's fine. Right, I feel confident that now I can do this. And then we can sweep all the liquid out of here. And I can build this. I can build the temperature plate. That probably doesn't need to be yellow there, actually, now that I think about it. One temperature plate's worth of ice should be plenty. This will eventually just dissipate completely, won't it? I could remove this one as well. Yeah, that's enough. We can sweep all of this out now, so let's do that. I feel like vacuum should be grey, not blue in a temperature overlay. It's not the worst idea in the world. It's a bit misleading. Well, I guess it is technically absolute zero, right? There's no temperature to a vacuum. It is fundamentally correct from a physics point of view, right? Why do I have steam in here now? Wait, no shot the metal was actually hot enough. No, it's not. This is condensing. I'm not fussed about steam being here, because that will eventually condense. That's going to be mildly annoying, though. I get a feeling this is just going to delete itself. I can build a tile here to push this out of the way, right? The ice should melt fairly soon. And then it's a case of automating this, and I think we automate this door with a timer rather than a... No, do we do it with a pressure sensor? I think we do it with a pressure sensor. We could do it with both. I'm going to put a pressure sensor here. There'd be EM temperature and the temperature of the surroundings. There'd be radiation even if it's a vacuum. Ah, okay. I didn't quite think about it that way. I'm pretty sure the steam is just deleting itself now. Right, the ice is melted. That's all good. You are trapped. You need to... Someone needs to come here and do this immediately, which means probably a priority 9, right? You are trapped in here, Muffins. That's very true. You're cold? How are you cold? Nails, where are you? Nails is right here. You'll be fine. Once we've done this, we can just delete the rest of this. You'll be fine. Right, so now I just deconstruct these two. And we're good. I could even leave that one there if I really wanted. And I think we're pretty much there. So I'm going to tell him to grab everything that's not a liquid. Get it out of this room. And now it's all sealed in. So we'll build the automation, and then we can get the door pump working. And this should work because it's the exact same setup that we had on the other run where it worked. So I don't know why it wouldn't work. Wait. No! Look, we trapped a poke shell in the tile. It's just here. That's the secret ingredient to a hydrogen bed tamer. Also, when are you going dormant? You're going dormant in 14 cycles. That's fine. Right, so this is a complete vacuum now. And we're going to set this to pump when it's... I don't know, let's say when it's above 2,000. I'm not sure how long it's going to take for the gas to snake its way down here. I could actually open this up to save some material and open up some more space. Let's do that. Could you kill the old poke shell without letting it out? Will it die of old age? I mean, it's got another 47 years to go. 47 days to go. Right. I think we're practically ready now. So if we save it here... My plan of having a break didn't quite work, but I think we're mostly there now anyways. Right. Deconstruct this. And then we can grab all of this. I do want to put a temperature plate here. I can put a temperature plate here as well. So now the hydrogen should rapidly rush out. Pressure in here will increase. Not super quickly. The one thing about this setup is this pumps more efficiently the more pressure is here. So it will be a test to see if it can keep up with the vent in this location. Right, can you actually... Of course you can't get around here, that makes sense. So what we would have to do is we would have to put a temperature plate, an obsidian one, here and here. And then the ladder would go here and here. And then what I could also do is I could put in a canister emptier. This doesn't have an overheat temperature, by the way. Put canister emptier over here. And then we can empty hydrogen. Actually, is that going to break the naphtha? Let's not... Will a canister emptier over here break the hydrogen containment? That's my question. Okay, so the gas does eventually get to this pressure down here. It just takes a while. Because this vent was at max pressure. So that's opened up. And then it closes. We didn't have any gas go over. Oh, I've got to automate this as well. We've got to automate it with like a timer. There needs to be a timer here as well, so... To be safer, put the metal tile on the left, I guess? Right. Timer sensor goes here. This needs to be like a NOT gate, right? Or an AND gate. So something along the lines of this. I'm a bit concerned the hydrogen didn't go in here, but I don't think it was open very long, so maybe that's why. Oh, I've realized the problem. This isn't the exact same setup. It was coming in from down here. I don't think we're in the clear yet, Redneck. Maybe we'll customize stuff when it's done. I think because the gas is here, it's actually getting pushed out over here, and it's not getting pushed out over here like we wanted it to. Well, we'll test it in a sec. So we want it to be green 5, red 1, I think? Along those lines. Maybe 10 2. I don't think we even need the outward pressure here, to be honest. We'll see. I don't think you have any... there is some random hydrogen, apparently, from a canister filler. That's fine. Wait, no, we don't want to... You're not enabling autofiller from a canister filler, so there must be some other hydrogen lying around. Okay. It's weird. An oxyfern? I'll take an oxyfern. Yeah, I'm a little bit concerned. Right, so this is filled up. Yeah, it's not moving in here. It's just pushing it back down here. Right. Let me save it. We're gonna go for a... We're gonna go have a quick break. And then I'll come back. In fact, you know what I might do? I might go... I might go have a longer break. It depends what's going on food-wise. I will be back shortly. If you like what you're seeing, feel free to follow me on Twitch. You'll get a notification when I go live. There's also the YouTube and Discord channels. In any case, the VOD isn't splitting in two. But I will be back in a minute. So I need to go to the loo. In the meantime, enjoy some more fish cam and some fishy music. Adding a metal tile to the top right might help. Yeah, I'll have a think. Right, see you in a minute. Alrighty, I'm back. I managed to actually fit some dinner in. So, we have a little bit of a problem. The door pump for the hydrogen generator, the hydrogen vent room, isn't working. So I've reloaded flip farters. I'm going to have a look and see what's going on. So, which planet? Postula's on. Ignore all the messages. So the difference is these tiles were blocked. The gas was coming in from this side and dumping up here. That was the key issue. So if we move the hydrogen gas underneath here, then it should still work just the same. But these tiles need to be blocked. So I'm going to take a screenshot of that and put it in the Discord just so that I actually remember. There we go. Right, so let's go back to the main game. It should be fairly easy for us to get this working. But I want to think about how to do it in a space-efficient way. Obviously, we now have the hydrogen in the room, but I don't think it's unsalvageable. I think we can still get it to work without too much hassle. So, Ayla Ava says adding the metal tiles at the top right might help. So, we'll have a look at that as well. Also, you guys actually got to see Whiskers on camera. That was nice. A few fishy moments were had by all. I didn't have fish for dinner. I had a chicken and the pasta bake. It was very nice. So, okay, what we could do, let's actually just watch it operate for a minute. If we look at the gas pressure here, if this increases suddenly, then we'll know that the hypothesis is correct. It didn't. I think it got pushed out down here. So let's rebuild this tile. I don't expect that will fix the issue, but it might. What I would need to do... What I would need to do is I would need to close it off here and have it come from underneath. I could do that fairly easily. All I would need to do is actually extend these tiles a little bit. Blimey. Yeah, if we let the gas out down here and we block this off, we can move the atmo sensor. In fact, maybe we just remove the atmo sensor for now. Maybe we just disconnect this. Just hook up the timer sensor. I don't think we need both. We'll keep this all at priority 9. Let's construction... Let's set construction to priority 9. And then we'll go from there. The poke shell gets to stay in here the whole time, obviously. It's getting quite warm in here. It's going to take a while for all the metal tiles to heat up, especially if there's still a load of debris in the room. The music will come back in a minute. It's just because we reloaded when it was... For some reason, when you reload the game during the middle of the day, the music doesn't come on right away. Which is mildly annoying. So that's done there. So now I can deconstruct this. We'll let the gas out here. Yeah, more priority 9s. Yep. That's how we roll. I don't think you've come to drop anything off in here. I can't remember. If we get hydrogen here, then that means it's worked. I suspect that might be in... No, we need to seal this tile off. That's what we need to do. So, remove this. Remove this. The automation wire will remove as well. What I'll do with the VOD... What I'll do with the VOD is I'll cut out the break. Because I'm not going to make this a two-parter. Yeah, there's still no hydrogen here. That's fine. So I think we've got to seal off this tile, which means I've got to actually remove this tile as well. Which means adding a ladder here. I could move the ladder somewhere else. Perhaps the room needs to be primed with hydrogen for it to work. No, because we vacuumed out the natural gas room before in Flip Farters, and it worked. I'm pretty sure it does just have to be this tile blocked. Because it's teleporting back into... It's trying to push it back into this tile. Wait, oh, you're deleting the wire? That's fine. So this needs to come down here. Which does mean we can't actually access this room after all. Because, although I could lower this here as well, that's fine. And... Again, this is fine because the hydrogen vent is going to constrain the build over here, not the volcano. Because we're going for a tall column, aren't we? I think we're just going for a tall column going down to the iron volcano and then this sort of box. Rather than trying to fill this area. We'll probably do a little bit of both at some point. There's something about the game trying to push clockwise in the first available tile. Yeah, as soon as we end up with hydrogen in here, we'll know it's worked. We can hide all of this stuff on the thumbnail, maybe. We'll see. Wait. Oh, no, we got oxygen. Wait. Oh, no, you're dumping oxygen in here. Okay, look. That's a reload, right? That is a reload. Because we set the canister filler to the wrong setting. Oh, no. We've been had. Oh, while we're here, look at this. There is a pot. I got a pot, and the frogs like to hang out in it sometimes. Also, look at the little lionfish plushie. I have a few different fish plushies down here now. I've accumulated them over the years. Right, let's try this again. So, set you to hydrogen only. Yeah, that would explain why they were looking to deliver a canister there. Right, and now rebuild this here. Lower this, build the ladder. And then build this tile. I guess it gives it more surface for it to actually distribute the heat onto. It's not the worst thing in the world. You guys are probably going to scold yourself in here, though. Frogs like pot. We're trying to get them in the pot. Into pot. We're trying to get them into pots. Into a pot. Yeah, you're trapped down here because you need to build this. That's fine. Yeah, I knew Max was stuck. It's fine. You can get out. Oh, wait. No. He needs a ladder here. He needs some milk. This is fine. Oh, all these guys are victims on this run. We've really been running them through the ringer. So this way, it's still actually accessible, but it's a little bit more space-consuming than I would have liked. You do still need to build this. Transcension's on the way. The hydrogen's really hot over here, but it's actually cooling here very quickly. It doesn't actually have a lot of heat capacity. It's staying hot here, but then it's quickly going to move over. Right, let's speed it up. I also want to move the timer sensor down here. There's no point in having it over here. And then maybe what I could do is I can put a door here, maybe? I don't know, maybe. Like a pneumatic door? We'll see. But this should be the key. We should start teleporting it in here with this tile being where it is, I think. And then the main issue is just getting the hydrogen to actually go in here. So let's just watch with bated breath. No, it didn't work. Now, why didn't that work? Now, that's concerning, because we actually... Let's see what happens. I think what's happening is it's pushing it into this tile. Maybe I need to lower it by one more level. That's kind of concerning. Well, I mean, we can do that relatively easily, but we're kind of running out of space here. I mean, I can remove that tile. That's not an issue. I guess it will be an issue when we drop the naphtha in here. But we'll deal with that later. I do know that some diagonal displacement does require the destination to be primed, but I'm sure we didn't prime it before. And we saw the gas pressure increased here. If we watch this closely, if we watch the pressure level, it rapidly increases when, although it didn't that rapidly increase. We'll play around with it a bit more. It won't take very long for them to build all of this. We will give it literally no choice. So copy and paste your settings, and then remove you. Worth a try, I guess. We want to save space. Do we have canned H2 somewhere? I don't think we do. We're not gonna have sour gas boiler stuff in this region. I want to get it working first, and then maybe we'll test stuff out. Like, let's see. Right, do this, do this, do this. It's kind of annoying that it's being shunted through such a large area. You just temporarily dismantle the tile above the door. This one. That's true. Okay. Well, we'll get the rest of this stuff done, and then what we'll do is we'll add the we'll remove this tile to experiment with it. So we'll save it again. We'll remove this tile to experiment with it. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, we just reload, and then we put this tile in. Because you're right, it's worth checking. But I don't think it would work. This is not the most direct path for the hydrogen to take. We'll just hide it from view. We'll just be like, yes, this is the perfectly optimized hydrogen tamer. It's got a little bit of a droop. Okay, so I obviously need to depower this. I mean, Oh, now we need to rebuild it. Yeah, now we need to rebuild it. Okay. Because obviously the pressure's going to increase in here a little bit. Dottley was going to build it. She's down here. Okay. Yeah, grabbing some aluminium. That's fine. This aluminium is going to be very hot, by the way. I should actually just get them to straight up dig these and dump off a little bit more of the heat. That's not a lot of liquid, though, is it? Dupes are getting bored as well. They've done all the errands while I've been waiting for them to do this. Let's also research... I'm going to research the conveyor sensors. I'm going to want them at some point. Right, Dottley is here. So the pressure... Okay, so let's watch the pressure in here. This should equalize completely, and then it will get disrupted if the door pump is working. It did work! Excuse me? Oh. I can't believe you guys were right. Oh, that's cringy. Why does it need to be primed? That's so weird. It is working, just quite slowly. Only if you just came here just in time. We put a door pump here. I thought it wasn't working when this was a vacuum. Yeah. It wasn't working when there was a vacuum, and that's because it wasn't primed. I forgot that you had to prime this. Zari quite kindly reminded me. I thought it was because we had tiles down here, but that wasn't actually the case. It was the vacuum blocking it. For the same reason Hydra designs need priming. But that's the thing, they don't. I never prime my Hydras, ever. I vacuum out both rooms, but I never fill them with the predetermined gases. I've never done that. So you're going to have to try again on that one. Right, well, that means... Okay, now we're going to have to actually play around with it again. So that means I'm going to have to move this back. Now we're going to just try reversing it so we can bring this up a little bit. Because the longer this gas has to go, I don't think it's going to overpressurize here. It's not a particularly spiky vent. 3 red, 7 green. Yeah, we'll play around with it a little bit. Non-prime hydrant fails me maybe 10% of the time. It's literally never failed me. If you have a solid tile above the tile of gas appears, then you have to prime the top room. Ah! Okay. I can see why that would make a difference. Well, we've learned a very important lesson. So this means I can build all of these. That shouldn't cause any issues. So we'll get that done. But yeah, this is filling up. It's filling up pretty slowly, but I don't know. This doesn't use very much power, does it? And it will stop it from overpressurizing, which is the key aim. Right, let's deconstruct this now. And then I guess what we would actually do is we would deconstruct this one too. Yeah. Yeah, I know. we had it like this originally where it was much closer to the door. We're probably going to build it up another tile as well. Like, I'm going to make it look like this. And then we're going to remove these outer ones again. Yeah, this is fine. Well, okay. I mean, obviously this is a bug. Because, like, we knew this was a bug. So I shouldn't expect to completely understand how the bugs work. Oh, have we removed the power wire? Oh, we did. That wasn't very smart. Right, there we go. Yeah, rebuild the power wire. Well, does it even have to be powered? It doesn't have to be powered. Well... What do you think? Do you power it? You're just here to be lurky. Nice seeing you me re. Yeah, that's true. I haven't been Erizio in a while. Well, I'm pretty happy with this. I'm glad the concept was working and we just had to prime it. So I can't whinge that much. I feel like this is actually working just fine without powering it. So maybe we don't even power it. Maybe we just completely disconnect it. Yeah, maybe we just do that. Who's scolding? You should not be scolding. Oh, you're grabbing the data bank? Oh, okay, that's fair. No, the Puffed is scolding. Sad Puffed. Right, so we're done, then. The more gas this fills with, the better. It'll depend on if the unpowered door can keep up with the hydro vent. Well, the answer appears to be no. That is definitely an issue. So this isn't solved yet. Okay, so don't do this. I can open up the room a bit more. So what if I remove this tile? Does that work? The more tiles we get in here, the better. So we'll know if this works because the pressure will change in here. So that still works. Then that means the gas could flow down here as well. I could also remove this. Not that I really want to, but we could. It's not about capacity though, it's about it actually flowing around here. I want to close it as quickly as possible as well, don't I? So maybe we set it to 5 and 1. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, you know what we could really do with? We could do with like a graph read-off that shows us the pressure over time for the tile. That's what we could use. Did you miss anything important? Yes, you have to prime this room with hydrogen before this door pump works. But yeah, it's working. It's working. The main thing is we don't have any storages down here. So I actually need to store these materials somewhere. And I'm probably going to have to stop this from working for a little bit so we can actually get in and out to remove the materials. That's the next part of all of this. So I'll put those over here, I guess. Because we do need to still get all of this stuff out of here. So I guess we won't be testing it just yet. Oh, wait. This is the wrong one. This needs to be here. There you go. Is this working correctly? The main issue now is the actual throughput. Because if it's not enough throughput to even handle the hydrogen vent non-geotune, I don't think we're going to geotune it later. Alright. I'm going to need you to stop talking about how drunk you are now. You can stop now. I'm glad you're having a good time, but yes. No more talking about it, please. Right, let's see. Let's just store all sweepables in here. Right. Yes, you can grab these pretty quickly. There's a poke... Is that a poke shell malt? Yeah, you're not allowed to talk about hydrogen either. You guys have talked about hydrogen enough today. Is this the sort of thing that could be sped up by having another door pump in sequence? Yeah. I don't know. Perhaps we don't want to mess with black magic like we are at the moment. In any case, we're nearly done. I wasn't actually intending on this being a super long stream. It won't end up being a super long stream. But what we will do is, while they're doing all of this, we will get them to release the rest of the salt water. Now, here's the question. I do care about it going in here. We're releasing this somewhat gradually, but not very gradually. This thing is kind of low throughput, not good for steam vent. Yeah, no, we learned that. It's lower throughput than the drip pump is, for sure, because it's not continuously running like the drip pump is. It's only running when the door actually closes, and the more you close it, the less gas can get in. Not on a 24-hour stream today. No, not on a Monday. Not on a Monday when I'm working from the office. It's not a good idea. I'm never doing a 24-hour stream. I can barely do a 6-hour stream. I don't know. I don't... It would take a very specific set of circumstances for me to even try that. But I want to make sure that when I'm streaming, I'm actually fresh for you guys. I think you would get diminishing returns pretty quickly if I did a 24-hour stream. Right, so what else do we want to do? This is all held up over here. Let's dig this out. This can all get dug out pretty easily. And then we can let some of this water out as well. We're gradually going to let it all out to fill up this jungle juice tank. I can remove these tiles as well, without any issue. I can remove these tiles without any issue. I'm putting a lot of faith in this random obsidian, aren't I? Maybe I'll do this too. What's the iron volcano doing? We didn't actually look at that. Some of the... Oh no! Wait, I forgot something important. We've set this to depleted uranium. You need to move this back over here, sir. I mean, other than that, it's fine. Oh, we've done the same over here, haven't we? Yeah. Okay, where's the depleted uranium? Oh, God. Give me... I broke my menu thing with the mod. We'll fix it again another time. Where's the depleted uranium? Oh, it's in tile form? Okay, that's fine then. Oh, you just need to generate more heat then. Maybe we set you to 140 then? Maybe that's what we'll do. That's fine. So, relocate here. And empty that. And this one's fine. I'm going to set this one to 140 as well. We're not self-cooling these, so we can run them hotter. It's not an issue. More liquids. That's good. The obsidian should hold as long as the tank isn't 65 tiles tall and there aren't weird pressure shenanigans. Well... yeah, it's not 65 tall. That's fine. I mean, obviously you're overpressurizing now, but that's fine because we're still grabbing all the crap. I'm pretty happy with this. The main issue, as you say, is the throughput, but obviously we're not running it at the moment. It vents for 327 seconds at a time. I mean, if I really felt like I could make the chamber larger, I think the issue is more that the pressure is the gas pressure is struggling to get in here. I don't know. You could dig these tiles now. Well, we are succeeding in dumping all this random liquid. The dupes are obviously scalding in here because they're grabbing all the stuff from right by the volcano. And by the volcano, I mean the vent. Yes. I get it. I know, but it's a lot of sand. And I want you to pick it up. You're not going to die going in here. Trust me. The metal tiles are heating up. The water has a lot of heat capacity, though. The choke point between the neutronium and the turbine will remain an issue, I think, no matter how big the room under. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. We could allow it to open from both sides and move the vent. I mean, we would lose a little bit of width over here, which is annoying because we want to actually make sure this is clear for a shaft. We're not planning on geotuning this, so if it works fine without geotuning, then that's fair enough. I don't think I want to use the Abyss Light on that in this run. We'll have enough power sources from elsewhere. Did you just dump the salt in here? That's not very cash money. Oh, you don't need to grab this. That's fine. It's amazing seeing so many dupes respond to that task. They've done all the other work, to be honest. There is not a lot of work left for them to do. Once we've dumped all the water in this tank, the next task will actually be building the base. The permanent base up here in this lovely space for the base that we've carved out. We've taken long enough. I feel like there's usually a fundamental shift in the colony every 10 streams when you do a run like this. Because on Flip Farters, we're basically moving between asteroids every 10 cycles. And this time we're moving the base, so I think that makes sense. The non-spaghetti area. Yeah, exactly. Like, we're going to put it in, it's going to be all fancy, it's going to be all neat, we're going to spend the week designing it and decorating it and everything. That being said, I probably should set up the aluminium volcano tamer here as well. What do we do first? I could do a poll. I'm not sure I want to. It'll be what I feel like doing on the day. If I feel like doing some kind of annoying technical task, I'll build the volcano tamer. If I feel like doing something else, I will build the base. But I think what we'll do is we'll actually build the tamer going into here, because just in case we want to use this spot for sour gas shenanigans later on, because this is a decent chunk of space here that we could use if need be. Right, you're actually all full now. That's interesting. There you go. Now you're not full. It's a Christmas miracle. And it's not even Christmas. Yes. Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's this choke point that's going to matter. And you guys are going to drink a lot of water. That's going to be in very high demand, because you're all going in a toasty area. We've got another bonbon tree seed. I will take that. The game is really trying to get me to do bionic dupes, but we're going to do them abroad. That's what we're going to do. Right, you're actually all done then. Great, so that means we can set this again. So set this to... let's see what happens if we set this to 3, right? Oh. No, you're fine now. That was really flipping out. Is this one of those things where it runs better on speed 3? Or speed 3, speed 1 or speed 3? Doesn't look like it. No, it isn't. That's fine. Well, ultimately, it's either going to actually drain it out or not. I mean, okay, so here's the thing. It's better to have it... It's better to have it run and have this overpressurize occasionally than have it just overpressurize occasionally. Because it means we're still storing whatever isn't overpressurizing. It's not like we're still getting like a reduced throughput out, as opposed to if we were letting it overpressurize, where we get 0 throughput out while it was overpressurizing. But I do think it's going to be a little slow. So let's watch it do one eruption. A part of something is better than the whole nothing, or something like that? Yeah, we'll see. The main issue is, it erupts for like 300 seconds at a time. So, that's a large amount of gas moving through the area. And obviously it gets more efficient the higher the pressure is. But it's not going to get there. Okay, the dupes are actually already bored now, so let's get them to build this then. We could collapse all of this salt water into here without any issues, for sure. So just dig all of this. Is the door splitting apart top right and apart top left? No. No, it's not, look. the pressure here is constantly decreasing, whereas this one is increasing. Although, I guess... No, it does look like it's decreasing every time it presses down, because it's being sucked out of there rapidly and then it's filling up again. I think this is fine. I mean, the only way we're going to know for certain is if we watch this like a hawk. Because basically what's going to happen is it's got to get above 5 kilograms in all of these tiles, right? Not just like one of them. It has to be above it in all of the tiles. So we'll be alright unless it says it overpressurizes. Okay, it did. No! It's not enough. Well, it's safe. It's safe, and it will depressurize a little bit when it's actually dormant. I could still fiddle around with it a bit more. Like, what if I set it to 2? If I set it to 2, I don't think it's going to fill up enough for it to be worth doing. And that's going to start using more power as well, isn't it? Okay. I think I have an idea of what's happening. I think what might be happening is some of the gas is being shoved out the other side. So I think what we actually need to do is a combination of these things. So it does work like this, but I think it'll be more effective if we block it here too, which we could do. So we'll do that. Let's test it. So let's set it back to 3, because it's going to annoy me if it's going off like this all the time. And also, maybe... Here's an idea. Maybe we should just put the timer sensor over here so that we're not constantly... having to rebuild it if we change our mind. Wait, we're out of aluminum? Did we really use all of the aluminum? No, we just can't access the volcano. No, we can access the volcano. What is going on? Oh, we can't. No, we can't access it because there's no power. Why is there no power? Because we're out of coal. Yeah, that's the other thing we need to do. We need to hook up a new power source for that wire. Yeah, it is. I think it's splitting it the wrong way. So we'll fix that. There is not a lot of coal left, I'm going to be honest. Those tiles are fine. Look, do I actually care about this chlorine? No, I don't. We're just going to dig it out. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. We've literally got a chlorine pump in here running. I don't care. Oh, I need to set this to green, don't I? It's definitely working, though. It's just not working as efficiently as we'd like. Right, so set this... Oh. Set this to 3 and 1. And Friday 9 build that. And we can start letting out some more water over here as well. Now, I know that this is where we want to build the actual access ladder for the transformers. So, it's very tempting to actually make that a plastic ladder, and we'll probably do that at some point. But we're not doing any transformers stuff today. That's probably fine. So now I need you to do this. I need you to move this over here. I need you to remove this. That power wire is going to come here because that annoys me otherwise. The usual good reasons for doing things. Alright, and now I need to build a ladder here. Love George's breathing noises. I'm going to build a steel door here as well, just so we can get in and out. Or, no, we don't need to build a steel door here at all. We can control access permission through here. We're not going to build a door here. Maybe we'll build like a bookshelf statue or something. Right. So now let's watch it. I mean, I guess the only way we'll know for certain is by running it. So I guess we'll speed through it now. This seems lower already, I must say. This wasn't running the whole time. This might have been enough. I think it was pushing half in, half out. Let's see. So if it says it overpressurizes at any point in these 350 seconds, that's the issue. Who's scolding? No one. There's someone down here. Right, let's keep hovering over this. If we could get one full eruption without it worrying, then we're good. I'm a little skeptical. Does it say when it stops erupting? No, we're getting close, aren't we? We're getting too close. Well, we can also quantify it by the time it says when it does overpressurize. Does it? Okay, so that it's still waiting. But the time is reduced, so that has helped. The pressure still increases down here. It seems like half of the gas is getting pushed up here and half it's getting pushed down here no matter what. We could try increasing it again. Just to see if it works. Is scolding. You're scolding grabbing the databanks. Okay, that's fine. Hello, Tigoat. We are building a hydrogen tamer, and we're doing it slightly differently today. What we're actually doing is we're doing a door pump-based hydrogen tamer. Because we don't have any crude oil for a drip pump. And I wanted to see how effective it would be. And the answer is, what I should have actually done is I should have just put the door pump here. We should have put it right next to the vent. And then have it come over here and have the turbine here. The only reason why we didn't do that is because this is the area we're planning on actually putting our base. I don't mind this being a little bit less efficient because the base space is ultimately going to be what constrains us. All of our habitation stuff is going to fit in here, so we can have industry in the rest of the map. So that's why I built it this wonky way. Can that door pump also push the gas down? Maybe the double door could work faster to push faster. Yes! That's true. That's true, actually. Yeah, maybe we could try it. We're just experimenting now while the dupes are digging out the rest of the area above this. Right, so now remove this, remove this, remove this, and then put this in. I feel like this isn't filling up as quickly as it used to. It's the main issue we've got here. One door closing and second door pushing. Yeah, maybe. I mean, the pressure is going to increase here no matter what. Okay, let's put the second door in. Let's put the second door in and see what effect that has. At least we can still access all of this. Hello, Carmike. Hope you're doing well. We are experimenting with a door pump. Mostly because we don't have oil for a drip pump. We have naphtha. I'm beginning to think we should have just done a drip pump and used some silly liquids. The main reason I didn't want to do that was in case this got too hot. But I kind of doubt it is going to get too hot. It's realistically what's going to happen is the temperature is going to be about 125 degrees over here and slightly hotter up here. So we probably could just use nectar and naphtha for a drip pump, right? I don't really mind because this doesn't make much of a difference anyways, and I wanted to experiment around with it. Right, let's see what happens here. So this is going to fill up a bit faster. Pressure increases there a lot. It could be a case where I stagger them. Do you think staggering them makes sense? Or is that a staggeringly bad idea? I feel like the pressure is decreasing. You will need to stagger them. By how much? How much would you recommend? Because we could just put a... Is it a buffer or a filter gate? Let me think. It would be a filter gate. So we would put this here, and the signal would come out here. Okay, that's fine. So then we just disconnect these. And then watch it work with this door completely closed somehow. Just to troll me. That's fine. Well, you've got all the aluminium here. That's okay. How is the water looking? We've still got a fair amount of room for liquids. Let's dig... oh, God. Let's dig this out. Let's dig this out. We'll dig this out as well. You can build a ladder here. And then what about this area? We can dig this all out. That's fine. In fact, we could go over here without too many issues. Let's dig this out. I don't really mind about going up here at the moment. Having the bottom door closed by just a moment should suffice. Yeah. Okay. So that could be priority 8. That's fine. Still very hot here. Frankie, no. Wait. Why is the toilet blocked? Scheduling. Okay. Oh, right. We have a load of polluted water here we were going to feed back in as well. Let's go over here. Let's feed this in here. How are the Drecos doing? The Drecos are actually doing fine. That's great. Good. You want to make sure the bottom tile of the top door is still open when the top tile of the bottom door closes, otherwise you're crushing hydrogen. Yes, that makes sense. We don't want to delete the hydrogen. That would be bad. Suboptimal. These random liquids in here are really annoying me. Okay, here's what we do. We can't have the random liquids in here for the thumbnail, because that's going to annoy me. We'll deconstruct the steam turbine. We'll build a mesh tile here. We'll sweep up the liquids here. And then we could rebuild everything. We don't need the steam turbine yet anyways. Right, so this is going to be set to 0.5. How about that? Nope, that was the wrong way round. Okay. Well, that's why we left the other wire in. Oh, but it's going to be annoying, isn't it? It's going to be something like... It's going to be something like this. And then we need to swap this around, right? There's got to be a cleaner way than this. Right, remove the buffer gate and then we'll figure it out. Build the gate. Battery low? Hold on. Let me plug in my other headset. Sorry. Just give me uno secondo. Turn these off. Sorry, just give me a sec. Ah. Right, switch over to headphones. Has it not actually detected my headphones? Hello? Okay, there we go. Right, this should work now. Wouldn't it be a buffer and a filter so the door is open more than the second one? I think we... Do we... Oh, yeah, that could be the case. I'm not muted. I can hear the microphone now. Yes, I know you were joking. I can see on OBS when it's picking up my mic. My mic is separate to the headphones. First being top. Yes, good job, Leopard. God, it's weird hearing the game in this mode again. Right, can you just do this now? Let's actually just unpause. Carrie is literally on the way to do this errand right now. The poke shell is supervising as well. Let's try building it. I know you're probably right, but I want to try building it my way first anyways. So I think what I do is something like this. And then I can build an automation bridge here. No. Nope. Whatever. Just build it here, just build it here. Oh wait, we can totally do it like this. Yeah, I'm being stupid. I can totally do this like this. It's not like a pipe. It's not like a pipe, it's automation. Yeah, that's fine. Just build that. I am British. I am from the UK. Right, let's set this to... Let's set this to 1 second. Will this be done before the poke shell and the tile dies? I hope it's done in the next 40 cycles. Why not straight through? Oh, yeah, okay. Alright, alright. The actual answer is because I've eaten too much pasta and I'm not thinking straight. Right, let's see then. Yeah, you're right, because now it's both shutting at the same time. I need them to both... I need this one to close first, and I need them to both open at the same time. So... remove this. The vent is just like... so help me God. But now this isn't connected at all. So... this closes first, then this one. Maybe it's just a buffer gate. So it sends a green signal, continues sending a green signal afterwards, and then we just reverse the priorities. And then this one will close first. Yeah, we could just do this. Build a buffer gate, and then just switch red and green. That should work. Yeah, go ahead. Right, let's look at this. So they both open at the same time. This one shuts, then this one shuts. It doesn't shut. Because this isn't set long enough. Okay. Now it does it. The issue is it's not actually... the red needs to be longer than the buffer? Yeah. It is now. So let's set this to 2 and 6. For a Zor gate, just to wreck everyone's brain, including mine. Yep, Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. It looked like a lot of gas was in here. Yeah, maybe this is it. This looks pretty close. It annoys me how the tile glitches, the texture glitches out when they both open. That's very annoying. Wow, we did the research too. That's funny. Let's get some pemmican. Why not? Wait, are you still grabbing the foods? Yeah, you're grabbing all foods before the hatches can eat them. That's fine. What broke? Suit dock? I'm not even going to question it. Oh, you've been getting like polluted oxygen bubbles in here? Whatever, we're going to deprecate most of this stuff in a minute anyways. I'm not fussed. Right, so now we've actually got to watch this run. And we do have to adjust the... we do have to adjust this a little bit. I'm going to set this to like green 1, red 10. No, that's not it. We want it to be red... what about this? We want the red duration to be fairly... maybe we do still do it like this. We'll let it fill up a fair bit. Then we close it. Am I coping or does it doesn't work because of the blob of liquid? The blob of liquid is what's actually making it work. The blob of liquid is what's preventing it from flowing back into the doors. This isn't a mechanical one. There are mechanical ones where you have the doors open and close in sequence and it's like a snake. But this isn't doing that. We originally had just one here and it was working. It's because when the doors close, the gas teleports to this tile. If it's blocked off and it can't go anywhere else. Because of the liquid. And then this liquid prevents it from ever flowing back in here. But I'm not convinced. If you time the doors correctly, it doesn't need liquid. That's true. I'm beginning to think maybe we shouldn't have even bothered with the liquid. Maybe we should have actually just had the 3 mechanical doors. And that would have been quicker. Yeah, I don't know. I don't honestly know.
Thanks for the rain.
Carrie, actually, welcome. We just built a hydrogen bent tamer. It's kind of working, it's kind of not. Right. I'll be back very quickly, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave it running. I'm gonna leave it running on speed 2. And we're gonna see if it actually overpressurizes. So I'll be right back in a sec. Right. I'm back. What happened? Toilets are broken? What? Oh, God. How thematic. What's happened? They are blocked because of bridge priority. Oh, right. We drained the pipe, but the toilets weren't working. Right, okay. So now we disconnect this, and then they work again? Yeah, it's because we had, like, another outlet here. Yeah, okay. Has everyone already peed themselves, then? Is that what happened? Did everyone pee themselves off camera? Yes. Great. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Content. That's fine, as long as they didn't pee anywhere important. I think they're fine. Yeah, sure. How much salt water is held back here? A lot? Okay, there were multiple messes, that's fine. As long as they didn't pee in here, that's fine. Now, I think I saw that this didn't quite clear itself. Also, there's the fact that this wire is using the power to open and close the doors a lot. Which is not really ideal. I guess it's not a lot, because they're not actually opening and closing very often. I think there is something to be said. So the mechanical door pump would use more power because the doors would be opening and closing more. But you could also have them open and close unpowered maybe, and then that would be enough because the gas flow would be more efficient. We'll see. This looks lower. I think we just have to leave it running for like one clean run without breaking, and then we'll see. Now, we've definitely got enough room to store all this water. So let's dump this in here as well. Like, we could dig all of this out. And, I don't know, just... Where is this going? Where do I actually want this to go? I mean, ultimately, I think I want the access shaft to be here, because that's where stuff's actually going to be going. But I think we will put one going up here, just because the vent is here as well. And then you could dig all of this out. And we won't dig the... We won't dig this out for obvious reasons. And then this can go here. And then we can just dig out to here for now. Alright. Sleepy's Wellies connection. Sleepy's Wellies? What the fuck am I talking about? Right. We need to give this one clean run where it actually fully activates. It's been fully activated now for a little bit. So if this overpressurizes here, that's a sign that the approach isn't going to work. Is that a second hydrogen vent? No, this is a hot polluted oxygen vent. I know, right? How disappointing. I mean, it is dormant. We can analyze it now. Let's analyze it. It's hot, so it's not infectious. So this is safe, even if it's ill-advised. It is getting pretty hot too. Look, the water is about to boil. Oh, and we need to still build the steam turbine. Let's do that. We have to do this to actually get the thumbnail. The thumbnail This is what motivates us. Oh, yep. Nice little saltwater bit there. Yep. Right. Okay. Water's out of there. Get rid of this. You got some gas in here. That's fine. I don't care about the gases in here. Rotate this. Then 29 this. I'm not convinced. Maybe we'll be alright. We'll see. I feel like it's taking at least some time. But if we see the overpressure text at all, then that's game over. Well, not game over, but like... Okay, 31. That's better. So that means we're actually getting effectively, like, somewhere close to 90 to 95% uptime on this. That's probably good enough. To the point where I stop messing with this? Maybe? I think there's still some more messing around with this we could do. So it's on green 7, red 2 at the moment. What if I make it like green 5, red 2? Pumping steam out? Oh, you're right, we are pumping steam out. Well, it's not going to happen very quickly. Yeah, I guess we didn't need the gas pump in here in the end. Let's just cut the wire on the pump. There comes a point where it's more efficient to spend your time elsewhere. That's true. I mean, we're doing this while the dupes are digging all of this out. So this isn't necessarily a waste of time. But yes, there's no point looking at this forever. Oh, look, a little waterfall. That's neat. You'll love to see it. Yeah, we have enough room for all of this water. There's no leak here. That's good. That's good. We've got some sand here. Let's remove the sand. There probably will be more sand coming down here, though. Because we're not digging this in a very organized fashion, it must be said. And look at the debris gradually making it down there as well. Yeah, I feel like that's a better cadence. We'll leave it on there. Tried so long to make that kind of waterfall for an auto harvest acorn room and failed that I don't find it nice anymore when one just happens. Oh, we made an acorn farm a while ago. I'm sure you guys remember Plants Have Died. What we did was we just stacked a load of different liquids in very small quantities on top of each other, and it was static. It was a static liquid block that broke all the acorn. And they were just regular liquids that we had around. Look how many poke shells are up here. Well, we're collecting all the poke shells anyway, so I'm not really that fussed about that. But that does mean we're going to be digging, we're going to be undermining the poke shells at some point. Also means there's a load of poke shell mods in here. I'm not too concerned because even if something happened to all of our poke shells that are over here, which shouldn't happen because they're all fine. Look, we've got 12 poke shells in here. I hate to break it to you, but there's lots of ocean biome down here, and it's just fine. Looks like this one's actually boiling. Boiled poke shells. We're definitely still making too much lettuce. That seed setup is very nice. When doors make a waterfall, I crack them when they're ready for harvest. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not convinced. The more frequently we get this to pump, the more power it consumes as well. Like, there is something to think about. If we go in our colony report and we actually look at the power usage, so what power was spent on doors? Does it say? 15.5 kilojoules. I guess not that much. But it's going to be mostly those doors opening and closing, because we don't have mechanized airlocks anywhere else, do we?
There we go.
Oh, Gekka Ava. Hope you're doing well. We've just been setting up a hydrogen geyser today. We're testing to see what the optimal rate of opening and closing doors is. We're trying to get it so that this vent doesn't actually overpressurize, and I might not have managed it. There is also the fact that if this uses a lot more power opening and closing the doors, maybe 95% of the hydrogen getting through is more efficient than opening and closing the doors a lot. But yeah, have fun. Let me give you a shout out, and let me give Carrie Actually a shout out. I forgot to shout out Carrie Actually because I needed to go. But there you go. We'll do you both in sequence. But we've got to actually watch this. And in the meantime, they'll have dug all of this out. There's still some more salt water over here. Here's what I'm thinking. We can totally actually just continue to dump salt water in this bit for now, can't we? Like, there's enough room in here for this water. So let's dig this out. Let the water out down here. That should go fairly quickly, actually, shouldn't it? Yeah. It's yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, yeah, okay, great. Very controlled demolition there. Oh, look! It's another lovely waterfall. Look at this. We'll also place the doors side by side. It doesn't have to go all the way around. Yeah. There's definitely an argument to be made for that. If this vents without actually going over pressure, then we've succeeded and we don't have to worry about optimizing it anymore. If not, then we'll just forget this exists and we'll come back to it later. Yeah, this is probably fine. I'll dig these tiles out as well. I should granite this all here before it explodes. Right. Let's continue speeding up. Oh, printer pod. Steel. Oh no, fertilizer. Fertilizer is way more valuable than steel. One day it won't be, but we have lots of steel and less fertilizer. Right, when are you going to say you're overpressurizing then? I think this will be the last bit we look at today. You've already actually built the thing in here as well. I can get you to sweep all of these things out. Really? You have a single random blob of polluted water here? That's going to evaporate eventually. I'm not worried about that. 27 seconds. Okay, that wasn't actually more efficient after all. The issue now is if we change all of this, we don't want to accidentally let this out. And I also don't want to waste any more time on this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this back to 7 seconds so it uses less power. Because that wasn't making too much of a difference. It will set it to 6 seconds. And we're just going to leave it here. I'm overall satisfied with it. Like, it's not super efficient, but it's good enough. It's good enough that the hydrogen's safe. It's all getting stored up for us to use at some point. Obviously, we can't geotune this, and we realistically probably will improve this later. But it will work for now. And that's all we needed to do. So I think we're going to wrap it up in a very short second. But let's go shout out Gecko Ava as well. If that's how you pronounce that. And yeah, that's Monday. That's Monday down. One day more to go until I go on holiday. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. Relatively random combination of things. But look, we've already got like a ton of hydrogen here. Steam's in here. This is gonna run on this. Disallow Tinker on this. Oh right, because we rebuilt it. Yeah, okay. Water is fine. We filled this whole tank. We've had 0 issues with this. Oh, there's sleep meats in here? Oh, we should grab these. Yeah, grab these. You're going on holiday for your birthday soon? Nice, where are you going? I'm going to wrap this up very soon, by the way. We could let them dig out this area first and then have a clean slate. Yeah, we'll do that. This water up here, I'm very tempted to just leave it for a while. Like, I think what we'll do is we'll just put some ladders here. And we'll dig out the granite. Not all of the granite, just a little bit of the granite. As much as we can get away with. Because this is where the space biome is anyways. Maybe we just make this the roof of the base and then it's a bit uncomplicated. I don't know, we could do the roof up here. Let's do the roof up here. Maybe we just do the roof up here and have a slightly shorter bit. No, we could do the roof up here, that's fine. So we'll do something like this. Yeah, you can clear all of that out. You're going to Cleethorpes. Gonna see some family. Nice. I don't know where Cleethorpes is. I presume it's not like Thorpe Park. It's a theme park. That's the only Thorpe I know. Right. Can I actually... Hold on. Can I get you guys to actually just dig this so we can get some friggin' liquid in here? Please? Lincolnshire. Yeah, I don't know Lincolnshire very well. It must be said. Right, if I dig this here as well, then you can get out of here. I just want some liquid to go in here so we can boil the aluminium again. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, we'll go to the end of the cycle. You're analyzing this. That's also good. We got some more steam in here. I don't know why our plan was to store all the food in these. That was not a good plan. And look how much lettuce we've overproduced. Maybe we just don't need to fertilize this. But the issue is the fertilizer, because they grow so slowly, we're still going to end up with the massive thing. Unless that, well, they're all growing at different... Okay, you know what? Let's just disable this. We actually don't need to fertilize these. These water weeds, through hook or by crook, all seem to be relatively staggered from each other. So, because of that, we may actually be fine just not fertilizing them and then not having excess food. Yeah, we'll just do that. That'll save people errands too. No, you're just going to grab it from other places? Really? Oh, that's so annoying. Right, we'll deconstruct it then so you don't do it. Yeah, this is too much lettuce, for sure. Maybe if we got up to 30 dupes. We could also grab all of this. Now this could be a lower priority. Let's dig this all out. I have rapidly stopped caring about the chlorine, to be honest. We are filtering out the chlorine just fine. You have successfully boiled all that liquid already? That's crazy. Well, there's more coming in. Okay, let's just priority 9 all of this now. Priority 9 these digs. And then that'll be fine. Right, let's leave it here. Not entirely successful experiment. Mostly successful experiment. Successful enough that we're not going to worry about it for a while. And the thermo aquatuner. What are we going to do with the thermo aquatuner? Is this just plugged in? This is just plugged into the main base for now. I'm sure we'll fix this later. Yeah. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be there. We'll probably optimize it later. But the important thing is, the area is clear. The water is drained. This water can mostly just stay up here. We'll eventually drain it, but not before we start boiling it with the aluminium volcano. And this is the actual roof level of the base. So there's only going to be a little bit of manipulation needed to actually put that roof here. So we can start building the base tomorrow. But he did not fix it later. Gray area. Your lack of faith is disturbing. Let's dig this while we're at it. Granite be gone. There we go. Right. Now we're actually going to go. Because I've actually been on for too long today. We started streaming early. And I thought we were going to finish earlier. We didn't. That's fine. So let's actually play some music. And then go raid someone. You've been around a while. Yes, you like to lurk. You've been earning your channel points for the puff cam. I know you. Yeah, thanks so much for hanging out, everyone. It's been lovely. Definitely actually a productive stream today, which is nice. Learning a few things about the drip pumps and how, or the door pumps and how annoying they are. But it's good enough. It's a good enough solution. It doesn't require oil. So I like it. If you want to see more of me, feel free to follow me on Twitch if you're not already following me. You'll get notifications when I go live. My schedule is kind of out the window this week. I'll be around weekday evenings, British time. The best way to know exactly what I'm doing is to join a Discord as well. You'll get notifications when I go live. We also post about Oxygen Not Included and other games there. And we have the YouTube where we upload all the VODs. There will be a fair amount of delay between the VODs going up and the Twitch streams at the moment. That's intentional. The aim is so that everyone on YouTube gets caught up by the time I get back from holiday. So that's the plan. We're hoping to be back tomorrow with more Oxygen Not Included. And yeah, we've certainly got a week's worth of work we can do in a game. So that's good. And now I'm going to go find someone to raid. Let's go raid Live Action Pixel. What is Live Action Pixel up to in ONI? Let's find out. Bionic dupe and stuff. That's what they've said. Make sure to share the fishy emotes and fishy sentiments. Thanks very much for hanging out. We'll be back tomorrow. Take care. Bye for now.